Hello and welcome to the campus of Lincoln Memorial University here in Harrogate, Tennessee for a pivotal conference contest between the Carson-Newman Eagles and the Lincoln Memorial Rail Splitters here on the Eagles Sports Network. Ryan Wilkes taking you through all your coverage here this evening, a series that spans over today and tomorrow. One game today, two tomorrow between these two sides. As Carson-Newman looks to come out on the winning side of things, have been playing good ball as of late. As we talk about the Eagles' recent successes, swept Anderson just a couple days ago, 10-0 in the first game, run rule victory, 4-3 in Game 2, and 15-6 in Game 3, and also a win or a loss to King, the only loss as of late, other than splitting or taking 2 out of 3 from Lenore-Rhine and winning 4 straight between the last game against Catawba, 2 against Montevallo, and the first of the 3-game set with Lenore-Rhine before dropping the second game and winning the third game 13-11 in a shootout. So Carson-Newman's been playing good ball, as has Lincoln Memorial. Carson-Newman comes in at 20-16, 13-8 in the South Atlantic Conference, and Lincoln Memorial 23-13, 14-10 in the conference. And the standings reflect that. Carson-Newman sitting in 4th right behind Coker, who is 14-7. Carson-Newman 13-8, tied with Newberry in the 4th spot. Lincoln Memorial not too far behind, 14-10 in 5th. So pivotal conference series coming up. Let's talk about the starting lineups first for Lincoln Memorial. Leading it off in center field, number 3, Colin Goda. Batting second at third base is Caston Harvey. Batting third in right field is number 8, Carson Bowles. He leads a lot of statistical categories in the South Atlantic Conference. We'll talk about him in just a little while. Batting fourth at shortstop is number 1, Cameron Bowen. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 15, Alex Kowalski. Batting sixth at first base, number 17, Ryan Kurth. Batting 7th in left field, number 30, Austin Epperson. Batting 8th behind the plate, number 29, Sam Mast. And batting 9th, the second baseman, number 22, Tyler Boyd. On the mound for the Rail Splitters, warming up as we speak, is number 99, Christian Pensick. He is tied for the league lead in wins with 8. He's had himself quite the season, also fairly high up there in strikeouts as well. As now we'll talk about Carson-Newman starting 9. Leading it off here in a couple moments in right field is Spencer Williams. Batting second in center field is Dalton McLean. Batting third, the designated hitter, is James Denton. Batting fourth at first base, number 41, Harrison Travis. Batting fifth at third base is number 16, Logan Floyd. Batting sixth at shortstop, number 21, Aiden Gibson. Batting seventh in left field, number 22, Ryan Potts. Batting eighth at second base is the freshman, number 6, Cole Nathan. And batting ninth behind the plate is number 27, Spencer Bright. On the mound for the Eagles is the righty, number 17, Noah Pridmore. So a pretty high-quality pitching matchup we have here this evening, as these two teams both search for a quality win to power them through here late in the South Atlantic Conference campaign for both teams. Carson-Newman just a couple games left in South Atlantic Conference play after this series. 2 more series, so 6 more games in conference play following these 3 with Lincoln Memorial, as Spencer Williams will step in to start off the ball game against Christian Pensick. Righty-lefty matchup here between Pensick and the left-handed Williams in the batter's box. First pitch of the afternoon coming right now. This one is dealt low to Williams for ball 1. Breezy and chilly evening here in Harrogate as these two teams take the diamond. About 55 degrees this evening. First pitch coming right at 6 o'clock as this 1-0 is outside, ball 2. So Williams looks to start the Eagles off on the right foot. Dalton McLean on deck, James Denton in the hole as we go 1, 2, 3 in the Eagle order. The righty Pensick back in the windup, delivers. Low, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to the leadoff man, Spencer Williams, here to start this ball game. As a talented right-handed Pensick back in the windup, deals the 3-0 pitch. It's low, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk for Spencer Williams and already some speed on the base pass with nobody out. That'll bring in Dalton McLean.
Number 15, Dalton McLean.
Eagles wearing their road blues this evening. blue tops, gray pants with the white numbering and lettering. Lincoln Memorial in the home pinstripes. Pretty clean look for both sides this evening as Williams takes a small lead off of first base. The right-handed McLean steps in the box. Here's the first pitch to the at-bat. McLean squares around the bump, pulls back. It's inside for ball one. So 5 straight balls out of the hand of Christian Pensick to start this one. Second in the league in strikeouts is Pensick with 55, right behind Emory and Henry's Wagner this season. But so far, Pensick not able to find the zone as McLean will ground this one up the middle to shortstop, flip to second for one. To first is high, and the tag is missed. McLean gets in time, but there's one away after Williams is taken off the base pass. Nice play by Bowen to flip it to second for Boyd. The throw was a tad high to Kurth at first base, and McLean able to reach. So an error on Tyler Boyd, as that'll bring in James Denton. McLean replaces Williams at first after the error. First pitch of the at-bat to Denton. He squares around a bunt. Pulls back in time for ball one. One down here, top of the first inning. As the Eagles look to get out to a good start. Riding a solid stretch right now is Carson-Newman. As pick over to first, McLean will dive back in safely. Lincoln Memorial playing good ball as well. After losing 5 straight, LMU has responded with 4 straight wins, taking 3 games against Emory and Henry. Heading into this series, 1 ball and no strikes to James Denton. The next pitch of the at-bat is low and away, ball 2. So far, a slew of balls out of the hand of Pensick to start this one. Spencer Williams walked on 4 pitches. Dalton McLean saw a ball before the fielder's choice out to short. 2 balls and no strikes to Denton. He steps back in. Left-handed hitter awaits. Takes inside and low, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. McLean aboard at first with 1 down. Denton awaits the 3-0 pitch. It clips the inside corner for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike now to James Denton, who's having a solid season for the Eagles, batting the designated hitter spot this evening. As the lefty stands back in, the right-handed Pensick sets at the belt. McLean leads off first. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Chopped right side, a foul ball. Cloudy evening here in Harrogate, but looks like the rain is out of the way. It rained for quite a bit before the start of this game, but it's cooled off since, and the Eagles and the Rail Splitters able to take the field this evening for the first of 3 in this pivotal South Atlantic Conference series. Standings fairly bunched up near the top. As a count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Denton. A check over to first on McLean. He's able to dive back in safely. No problem. Looking at the Rail Splitters defensive alignment, Kurth at first, Boyd at second, Bowen at short, Harvey at third, and Mass behind the plate. Bowles in right, Goda in center, and Epperson in left. The 3-2 offering is high. McLean taking off to second. Will just glide in there after the throw from Mass. Might have gotten him if that wasn't ball 4. James Denton will take first base and move McLean to second. And that's his second walk of the inning for Christian Pensick.
Next up for the Eagles, number 41, Harrison Travis.
I'll bring in Harrison Travis with 1 down. Double plays in order for the LMU defense. That could get him out of it on a ground ball up the middle. Had an opportunity to turn 2 early in this inning, but couldn't get it on a dribbler off the bat of McLean. First pitch to Travis. Catches the outside edge for strike 1. So the error wiped off the board for Boyd. A tough play for him. Thought that was the case, and it was changed to just a fielder's choice as Pensick comes set in the stretch. McLean on second, Denton on first with 1 down. 0-1 to Travis is high, ball 1. So the Eagles 13-8 in South Atlantic Conference play. Hit a little lull earlier in March, 3 straight losses. The last one of the series to Emory and Henry, and then 2 to Catawba before taking the last game of the 3-game set with the Indians as Travis watches a breaking ball on the inside edge for strike 2. But since that Catawba game, it's been pretty smooth sailing for the Eagles. A doubleheader sweep of Montevallo, a talented team. The Eagles took care of business. And it's been a solid stretch as of late. A sweep against Anderson, the highlight recently. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Travis. Pensick sets and fires. Breaking ball, sliced out to center field. Back on it is Goda. He'll make the play on the run to his left. McLean tagging from second. He'll head for third, and he's in there standing up as Travis flies out for out number 2, but a productive second out. That moves McLean 90 feet away from home. That ball carried a little bit off the bat of Travis, as the wind likely to play a bit of a role here tonight. Breeze blowing out towards left center. That ball carried a little bit to the left of Goda in center field, as that'll bring in Logan Floyd. With 2 down, runners on the corners as Denton stays put at first. McLean moves over to third. First pitch of the at-bat from Pensick is grounded left side and through for a base hit. McLean will come in and score. Denton pulls up at second. That's an RBI single for Logan Floyd, and the Eagles are on top here in the top of the first inning. Nice 2-out hitting from Logan Floyd just to poke it through the left side of the infield. Right in between Bowen and Harvey at short and third. And the Eagles crack the scoreboard first. It's 1-0 here in the top of the first inning. Now Pensick will face off with Aiden Gibson. As he sets and fires, Gibson takes a sweeping breaking ball low. They'll check down the first baseline. He did not go around, so the count 1 ball and no strikes. The Eagles have won 5 straight in this series, but 4 of those wins have come by 1 run. So it's been tightly contested over this stretch for the Eagles, as the 1 ball and no strikes pitch is on the outer edge for strike 1. Gibson in the box, Potts on deck, Nathan in the hole, as the Eagles have done their damage here in the first, but looking for more. Denton on second, Floyd on first after the 2-out RBI single as Pensick sets. Deals a 1-1 pitch. Gibson takes low. Nice block by Mass behind the dish to hold Denton at second. 2 down for the LMU defense, but the Eagles on the board already here in the first and looking for more with 2 runners aboard. 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 down. As the righty Pensick sets and fires. Gibson chops this one and gets off his shin, so they're going to say it's a foul ball, even though it was rolling in fair ground. And Gibson will retreat to the batter's box and face a 2-2 offering. Both Denton and Floyd retreat back to their respective bases as Gibson takes a slow walk back to the batter's box. A note about Carson-Newman in close games, and if it's any trend here in this recent stretch between Lincoln Memorial and Carson-Newman, certainly a benefit for the Eagles. Carson-Newman is 14-4 this season in games decided by 2 runs or less and has won 6 of the last 7. So the Eagles have done well in tight games. We'll see if that plays out here this evening. The 2-2 runs away, ball 3. Full count as Christian Pensick has struggled a little bit here in this first inning, has walked 2 and given up an RBI single to Logan Floyd just moments ago. As Gibson steps in, awaits the payoff pitch. Here's a 3-2. Breaking ball catches the inner edge, strike 3. And Aiden Gibson down on strikes with both runners taking off. Nonetheless, the Eagles get 1. Logan Floyd capitalizes on a couple free bags from Christian Pensick, and the Eagles lead 1-0 after the top of the first. We'll be back with the bottom here on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to ShopSeeingEagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, ShopSeeingEagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit ShopSeeingEagles.com today.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/ Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Back for the bottom of the first inning from Harrogate, Tennessee, here on the campus of Lincoln Memorial University at Lamar Hennon Field. Eagles lead 1-0 here on the Eagles Sports Network. Ryan Wilkes with you this evening, taking you through all the action this weekend between Carson-Newman and Lincoln Memorial as Noah Pridmore ready to go on the rubber. 4.37 ERA on the season for Pridmore through 55 2/3 innings pitched. Quite the start last time out against Anderson. It turned out to be a complete game with the Eagles taking it in run rule fashion. 7 innings for Pridmore, 3 hits, no earned runs, and 3 strikeouts. Didn't allow a hit either, as he'll face off with Colin Goda, who takes the first pitch at the top of the zone for strike 1. Breezy and chilly evening here in Harrogate, as the Eagles and the Rail Splitters lucky to play this one with the weather that came through earlier this evening, as the 0-1 pitch misses outside, ball 1. Goda hitting .373 on the year. Has started all 36 games for the Rail Splitters. 31 RBIs for him as he slices his next pitch right side and foul. The count moves 1 ball and 2 strikes. The first batter of the evening for Noah Pridmore. No one out, no one on for Goda, leading the game off for Lincoln Memorial, who trails this one early 1-0. The 1-2 runs inside, ball 2. Not a bad idea on the breaking ball by Pridmore to try and go inside for the punch out, but Goda holds up, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pridmore back in the windup. Delivers the 2-2 to Goda. He checks up high. Did he go? He did not, as the count moves 3 balls and 2 strikes. Couple walks in the top of the first for Christian Pensick, as the Eagles were able to capitalize on a Logan Floyd RBI single. Now a chance for Colin Goda to get aboard via the base on balls on this next pitch from Pridmore, which is popped up foul. Decent crowd here at Lamar Hennon Field for a chilly Friday night ball game. Seems like the temperatures will be trending in the right direction tomorrow, high of 66. So hoping for that. It's 55 and windy here this evening. Count remains full to Goda as a right-handed Pridmore winds up and delivers the 3-2 offering. This one sliced to right field. It's down for a base hit, and Goda is aboard with a leadoff single. Nice at-bat for Colin Goda. Saw a couple pitches up in the zone and then took the outside breaking ball to right. And now Caston Harvey will step in with no one out. Harvey hitting .350 in 36 starts this year. 137 at-bats for him. 31 RBIs as well. As Goda takes his lead off first. First pitch to Harvey's popped up behind the dish. Bright looks up to find it, and he'll make the play for out number 1. Nice job by Bright to ditch the mask and find the ball up high in the sky and take care of it for the first out of the inning. Now Carson bowls to the dish. He's hitting a scorching hot .485 on the year and leads the league with that average. And he's second in the league in RBIs with 51. Quite the season so far for Bowles as he stands in with 1 down. Goda still aboard first, as Pridmore will take a peek over just to check on Goda, who dives in ahead of the throw. Not an aggressive pickoff attempt there by Pridmore, just trying to get an idea of Goda's intent to take off. As the first pitch to the at-bat to Bowles, taken on the outer edge for strike 1. Big hitter for Pridmore to deal with here in the first. As Bowles at the top of the league by more than 65 points in average, as Pridmore checks over to first once again. No problem for Goda to get back in. 0-1 the count to Bowles as Pridmore sets and fires. This one chopped left side towards Floyd at third. He'll go to second for 1 to first. Is not in time. Nice athletic play by Cole Nathan to keep his foot on the bag. As the throw from Floyd was a little high, Bull was able to reach first, but a big out number 2 as Goda is taking off the base pass. Tough play by Gibson, or Floyd, excuse me, who had to leap to keep that ball in front. An even better play by Nathan to keep that foot attached to the bag. On a bit of a high throw from the freshman Floyd. Freshman to freshman there for out number 2. As now Cameron Bowen will step in, the shortstop, with a runner on first and 2 down. First pitch to Bowen, catches the inner part of the plate for strike 1. Bowen hitting .293, the first hitter this evening for LMU. That's hitting below 300, even below 350 here in the first inning. As Pridmore checks over to first, a bit of a closer play there with Bowles, but he's able to get his hand in time. As the right-handed Pridmore in the stretch comes set. Bowles takes his lead off first. Here's a 0-1 offering. It catches the outer edge for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Noah Pridmore looking for a scoreless bottom of the first, with the Eagles out in front 1-0. As the righty Pridmore comes set. Bowen awaits the 0-2 pitch. Here it is. That's high. As Bowen takes, it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pridmore decides to go high with that one. Could not get Bowen a chase. As Pridmore looks home to Bright, gets the call. Comes set. Bowles takes a decent lead off first. Here's a 1-2 from Pridmore. Breaking ball popped up behind the plate, but it'll go well foul into the parking lot. And the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alex Kowalski on deck. Ryan Kurth in the hole for LMU here in the bottom of the first inning. The Eagles able to generate a run with 2 outs in the top of the first. Lincoln Memorial looking to do the same here in the bottom. Now another check over to first. As Bull was able to get back in time. Pridmore shakes off a couple from Bright, comes set. Bowles leads off first with 2 down. Here's a 1-2. Breaking ball popped up shallow center. And it'll be Gibson to trail over and make the play from short for out number 3. So despite giving up a 1-out single, Noah Pridmore works out of it and puts up a goose egg in the bottom of the first. Eagles still lead by 1. We head to the top of the second. Eagles coming back to the plate here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Back for the top of the second between Carson-Newman and Lincoln Memorial here at Lamar Hennon Field in Harrogate, Tennessee. Eagles lead 1-0 here on the Eagles Sports Network as Pensick back on the rubber after giving up a run in the top of the first. Looks to respond here in the top of the second. It'll be Ryan Potts to lead it off for Carson-Newman. Solid first inning for the Eagles. Tally to hit it was Logan Floyd's RBI single and a couple free bases as Pensick walked 2 in that first inning. As the right-handed Potts will step in. No one on and no one out. As the righty prepares to deal the first pitch of the at-bat, right-handed Potts awaits. First pitch is lifted out to dead center. Going towards his right is Goda. He'll make the play on the run for out number 1. Hard hit ball by Potts. The wind carried a little bit towards left center, as Goda able to trail over and make the play for out number 1. Eagles seeing Pensick well here through the first 2 innings. As Cole Nathan will step to the plate. Another righty-righty matchup here. The freshman hitting in the 8-hole this evening. Pensick delivers the first pitch of the at-bat. Nathan takes it high for ball 1. Spencer Bright on deck, then we'll head back to the top for Spencer Williams as we get ready to round out the first trip through the Eagles starting nine. The 1-0 pitch to Nathan is down the middle for strike one. A couple freshmen getting the start this evening. We've seen both of them in the lineup pretty regularly this season. And Logan Floyd and Cole Nathan, who stands in and awaits the 1-1. Pensick shakes off a couple signals from Mass behind the dish. Now he'll deal the 1-1 offering. Check swing up high. He did not go around, so the count moves 2 balls and 1 strike. We'll play a 9-inning ball game this evening and then another 9-inning game tomorrow, starting at 1 o'clock before a 7-inning game to round out the 3-game set between LMU and Carson-Newman as Nathan fouls off the 2-1 pitch. Count moves 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carson-Newman softball also in action this weekend, taking on Emory and Henry. So pretty busy weekend for the Eagle teams on the diamond. As here's a 2-2 to Nathan. Breaking ball, beautiful pitch on the outside corner for strike 3. Froze up Nathan, and now there is 2 away. Pensick gets his second punch out.
Next up for the Eagles, number 27, Spencer Bright.
And Spencer Bright comes to the dish, looking to keep the inning alive for the Eagles. Mentioned pretty solid campaign so far for Pensick, to put it lightly. Tied for the league lead in wins and second in strikeouts. Maybe tied for first now with 2 on the afternoon. He's up to 57 on the year as the first pitch to Bright is fouled off towards the left side. Count 0-1. Pensick winds up and delivers a 0-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch. Bright's over top of it for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody aboard for Carson-Newman here in the top of the second, leading 1-0. As Pensick delivers, skips this one in the turf for ball 1. Spencer Williams on deck, Dalton McLean in the hole. 9-1-2 due up for Carson-Newman if we can get there here in the top of the second, but Pensick looking for back-to-back punch-outs to end the frame here in a 1-2 count. Pensick looks home to Mass, winds up and delivers a 1-2. Off-speed pitch, Bright went around. Tag applied by Mass, and that's back-to-back punch-outs for Christian Pensick to end the frame. Eagles go down scoreless in the top of the second, but still hold the lead 1-0. We head to the bottom half of the second. Eagles on top here on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Bottom of the second here from Harrogate, Tennessee. Eagles on top 1-0 here on the Eagles Sports Network. Been a pretty quiet start for both offenses. Both quality starters on the mound with Noah Pridmore warming up for the second inning. Christian Pensick, 2 punch-outs to end the inning in the top half of the second and match the 2 walks he gave up in the top of the first that led to a Logan Floyd RBI single. Only 1 hit for each side so far. Colin Goda with a leadoff single to start the first. The next 3 retired by Noah Pridmore via some soft contact. As now Alex Kowalski steps in to start the bottom half of the second. Kowalski steps in. Righty-righty matchup here between him and Pridmore. The windup and the first pitch of the at-bat is chopped left side and foul down the third base line. Count moves 0-1. Kowalski starting his 7th game for Lincoln Memorial. He's appeared in 12. Hitting .303 as he awaits a 0-1 pitch. Here it is from Pridmore. Swung and missed. Actually might have been tipped foul. Nonetheless, strike 2 as the count now. No balls in 2 strikes with no one out here in the second inning. Kowalski in the box, Kurth on deck, and Epperson in the hole as we go 5, 6, 7 in the LMU starting 9. Here's a 0-2 pitch from Pridmore. Off-speed pitch inside. Kowalski checked, but he did not go around. The count now 1-2. Nice shot by Kowalski to hold up. Seemed like he wanted that inside breaking ball. He was able to stay off of it as Pridmore winds up and delivers a 1-2. Chop towards third. Floyd makes the play towards his left. Throw to first is in time to get Kowalski for out number 1. Nice play by Logan Floyd ranging to his left. Aiden Gibson right behind him to back him up. But the freshman takes care of it, no problem. And Kowalski retired for the first out of the second. That brings in Ryan Kurth with one away. As a right-handed Pridmore back in the windup, looks home to Spencer Bright, gets the call, and deals the first pitch of the at-bat to Kurth. He takes outside corner for strike 1. Pridmore pitching to contact early, but it's worked out. Only one hit allowed off the bat of Colin Goda. Lots of soft contact from the top half of the LMU lineup as Pridmore delivers outside for ball 1. 1 1/3 so far for Pridmore, 1 hit. No strikeouts and no walks either. Here's a 1-1 from Pridmore. Breaking ball, so on a miss, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 away, nobody aboard for the first baseman, Ryan Kurth. As Pridmore shakes off a couple from Bright and delivers a 1-2. Off-speed pitch, swung on a miss, strike 3. Pridmore's first strikeout of the evening, and he sets down Kurth for out number 2. That brings in Austin Epperson.
Now back to the wrestler, number 30, Austin Epperson.
A lefty bat steps in the box. That's been pretty uncommon this evening, are the lefty bats. As he steps in and watches the first pitch outside for ball 1. Epperson in the box, Mass on deck, Boyd in the hole. For LMU here in the second. As Pridmore delivers the 1-0 pitch. It's low, ball 2. The Eagles' defensive alignment goes as follows. Travis at first, Nathan at second, Gibson at short, Floyd at third, and Bright behind the dish. In the outfield, it's Williams in right, McLean in center, Potts in left. 2 balls and no strikes. Pridmore to Epperson. The pitch misses the outer edge. It's ball 3. Pridmore looking to avoid his first free bag of the evening. But Epperson in an advantage count up 3-0. As Pridmore winds up and delivers. This one high and away, ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk. That puts Epperson aboard first with 2 away. Only the second base runner through an inning and 2/3 for Noah Pridmore. And the only other one off a Colin Goda single to start the bottom of the first. But now Lincoln Memorial a little bit of life here in the second. As Sam Mass will step up. Runner on first, 2 down. Carson-Newman out in front. 1-0, the only scoring to speak of. A Logan Floyd RBI single that scored Dalton McLean from third. As Pridmore in the stretch delivers to Mass. It's outside and low, ball 1. Looking back at the top of the first, it was pretty big that Harrison Travis moved Dalton McLean over on a sacrifice fly, or a fly out to center, that got him in scoring position at third. As now Pridmore will check over to first. Epperson back in time. The line drive to left might have scored McLean from second, but it was easy to score 90 feet away. As Pridmore delivers a 1-0 pitch, Mass corkscrews it back towards the mound, but it clipped off his cleat. And Mass will step back in and face a 1-1. The wind has slowed down to a very slight breeze here at Lamar Hennon Field, but The weather's been a little bipolar this afternoon, as we've seen heavy rain to partly cloudy weather, back to heavy rain, and now just an overcast overlooking Lamar Hennon Field this evening. As Pridmore delivers the 1-1, it's outside, ball 2. Two balls and one strike with 2 away. Austin Epperson aboard first. The right-handed Sam Mast in the box. As Pridmore sets at the belt and fires. 2-1 is low. Bright able to block it up, but it sneaks away from him, and that allows Epperson to advance to second. The tying run now in scoring position, and it's a 3-1 count for Sam Mast. It looked like for a moment Bright had blocked that up, but it deflected off of his chest and to his left. Allowed Epperson to glide into second base. It's now the count 3 balls and 1 strike to Mast. Tying run in scoring position here in a 1-0 ball game as Pridmore comes set and delivers a 3-1. This one sliced to right. Back on it is Williams, and he'll make the play on the line for out number 3. Hard hit ball by Sam Mast, but right to the glove of the right fielder Williams, and the Eagles get out of the inning, straining the tying run on second. It's 1-0 as we're through 2. We'll head to the top of the 3rd inning. Eagles on top here on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Back for the top of the 3rd inning between Lincoln Memorial and Carson-Newman here on the Eagle Sports Network. Ryan Wilkes with you this evening, taking you through all your coverage here from Harrogate, Tennessee, as the Eagles on top 1-0. The only run coming there in the top of the 1st on Logan Floyd's RBI single. Other than that, both arms have settled in, as Noah Pridmore able to negate a walk and a pass ball that put the tying run on second. He got Sam Mast to line out to right. And still just 1 hit apiece for both sides, as Christian Pensick finishing his 3rd inning warm-up on the mound. And he's ready to go for the top of the 3rd. Back to the top for Spencer Williams, who recorded the last out of the inning and gets the Eagles back to the plate. Both teams just 1 hit. Eagles 1 for 6 from the plate. LMU 1 for 7. 3 strikeouts so far for Pensick, 2 of them coming back-to-back there in the top of the 2nd, as he'll start in the windup and deliver to Spencer Williams. No one on, no one out for the left-handed bat for the Eagles, as Williams lifts this one deep center. Goda going back on the run to the track, to the wall, and it's off the top of the wall. Spencer Williams will glide into second with a lead-off double, and the Eagles are in business to start the top of the 3rd. Williams put a charge into that one, and if not for the slightly taller wall in dead center field, Williams might have had a round trip. But nonetheless, he's in the scoring position for Dalton McLean. Nice start for the Eagles and Williams to start this top of the 3rd inning, and McLean looking to cash in Williams from second here with no one out. Pensick sets and fires to McLean. He watches it low and away for ball 1. First real traffic on the base pass since the 1st. Lincoln Memorial did have a runner on second with 2 away, but a much more advantageous situation for Carson-Newman with Spencer Williams on second and no one out. Pensick sets at the belt. Delivers a 1-0 pitch to McLean. He watches it on the outer edge for strike 1. McLean in the box, Denton on deck, Travis in the hole for Carson-Newman, looking to extend this 1-run lead. The Eagles tally their 2nd hit on that Spencer Williams leadoff double. As Pensick sets, takes a couple looks back at Williams, who's dancing around off the second base bag. Now a breaking ball to McLean is lifted shallow right field. Bowles in on it. He'll make the play, and no advancement from Williams on the shallow fly ball from Dalton McLean, and there's one down. James Denton steps back in. A good time to have some lefties at the plate as the righty McLean retired. Now a left-handed Denton will step in. Williams still on second after the fly ball out off the bat of Dalton McLean. Big opportunity here for Denton to extend this Eagles lead. Mentioned the Eagles have won 5 straight in this series, but 4 of those games have come by 1 run as the sweeping breaking ball misses the outer edge for ball 1. 3-game set between Carson-Newman and Lincoln Memorial on deck this weekend. We'll play 1 tonight and 2 tomorrow afternoon to wrap up the 3-game series. As Pensick sets and fires the 1-0 pitch. Denton offers that and misses the ball up high for strike 1. The South Atlantic Conference standings have a pretty big impact on this series. Carson-Newman at 13-8 in 4th, tied with Newberry. Lincoln Memorial right below them. 3 more games played for LMU, a 14-10 mark in conference play, and a chance to move up with a couple wins this weekend. 1-1 the count. Denton watches the next pitch on the inner part of the plate for strike 2. Williams still on second after the leadoff double after McLean was retired, and now Denton down in a 1-2 count. Pensick trying to respond after Williams double to the deepest part of Lamar Hennon Field. Here's the 1-2. Denton lifts this one, shallow right. It'll get down. Late jump by Williams. He'll round third and pull up right there as Bowles able to get it back in. And now they check back at first on Denton. The ball sneaks away. Williams will score on an error as James Denton took a large round around first base. The throw back to the infield. They tried to check on him at first, and the ball skipped away from Kurth, which allowed Williams to come in and score. 2-0 Carson-Newman. We'll call that a single and an error that scores Spencer Williams from third. Nice job by Bowles and Wright to get it in, and not a bad idea to check back over at first as Denton found himself a little bit too far off the bag. But nonetheless, the ball skips away, and Williams scores. Here's Harrison Travis with 1 down. Denton now aboard first after the single. Pitch from Pensick, skied high, right side and foul ground. Kurth taking a look near the Eagle dugout, and it will go right into the Eagle dugout. Kurth not able to grab it. Almost got there, lifted the glove over the partition between the field and the Eagle dugout, and it's a foul ball. 2-0 Carson-Newman after James Denton singles and an error. Ball sneaks away from Ryan Kurth at first, and Williams scores to make it 2-0. 2 runs on 3 hits for Carson-Newman, no runs on 1 hit for Lincoln Memorial. Pensick sets and deals to Travis, puts a fastball on the outer edge for strike 2. 0-2, 1 down, Denton aboard first. Here in the top of the 3rd inning, nice start for Carson-Newman off a very talented right-handed arm. Tied for the league lead in wins, and likely at this point leads the league in strikeouts, now up to 58 on the season. Make that 59 as Travis offers that a ball down to the turf, and he's retired for out number 2. 4th punch out for Christian Pensick in tonight's action. That'll bring Logan Floyd in the box. He's responsible for one of the 2 Eagle runs. Singled in the top of the first had scored Dalton McLean to make it 1-0. Carson-Newman has since extended that lead to 2. As Pensick comes set at the belt. First pitch of the at-bat to Floyd is taken low and away, ball 1. Pensick looking for back-to-back punch-outs in consecutive innings. As he's up to 4 already on the evening, but the Eagles have done a nice job to get to him just a little bit and give themselves an early advantage as Pensick sets and fires a 1-0. Floyd lifts this one to dead center. Going back is Goda on the run. That one will get down off the wall. Rounding second, heading for third is Denton. They're going to send him home. The throw in center is cut off, and James Denton will score. That's a 2-out RBI double for Logan Floyd, and it's 3-0 Carson-Newman. second ribby of the night for Logan Floyd. And he's halfway to the cycle with a single and a double.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 21, Aiden Gibson.
That's the second two-out RBI hit from Logan Floyd in tonight's action. And now he's in scoring position for Aiden Gibson. Sam Mass is going to come out and chat with Christian Pensick here with 2 away. As the Eagles have put up a 2 spot here in the top of the third, and Lincoln Memorial yet to score off the Eagles starter Noah Pridmore. Mass just a quick chat with Pensick on the rubber. He'll retreat back behind the dish. And now Aiden Gibson with an RBI chance here with 2 down. Logan Floyd leads off second here with 2 down. Gibson stands in a righty-righty matchup here with Pensick. Fires a breaking ball and it gets off the head of Aiden Gibson as that one didn't break quite enough. Pensick puts Gibson aboard with a hit by pitch. That's the reason these guys wear helmets out there, because that one would have caused us a problem had Aiden Gibson not been wearing some protection. First and second now for Ryan Potts. So righty stands in. Floyd leads off second, Gibson off first. First pitch of the at-bat to Potts is chopped left side and foul. Good start for the Eagles this evening, as Carson-Newman has 2 South Atlantic Conference series left after this matchup with Lincoln Memorial, and it doesn't get any easier from here. The Eagles will travel to second place Wingate, who's 15-6 in conference play, 23-15 overall, and then it will host Coker. Last series of the year at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. As Pensick delivers a 0-1. Same pitch that got Gibson on the head. Gets a little bit further inside on Potts, and he's able to avoid contact with the baseball. It's 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to the left fielder Potts. As Pensick delivers, Potts chops it high left side. Kurth just barely in foul ground, scoops it up. And the count will move 1 ball and 2 strikes. An RBI chance for Potts here with 2 down. Eagles lead 3-0 after a 2 spot here in the top of the third and looking for more. Floyd on second after the 2-out RBI double. Gibson on first after being hit by the pitch. Here's a 1-2 from Pensick. Check swing outside. They're going to say it was fouled off by Gibson as the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Potts steps back in. Gibson takes the lead off first. No one covering. Same with Logan Floyd on second. Pensick sets. Steps off as both runners retreat to the bag. Three runs on 4 hits for Carson-Newman, 2 of which coming, actually 3 coming here in the top of the third. Here's a 1-2. Floyd checks, Potts checks outside, and it's ball 2. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second for the Eagles, who have done their damage here in the third, but a chance to add on, leading 3-0. Pensick sets and deals a 2-2. Potts checks. And they're going to say he swung even though it hit him. As Potts did swing inside. It did make contact with him, but he went around. And that's an unconventional strikeout for Christian Pensick to end the frame. But 2 runs for Carson-Newman. An RBI double for Logan Floyd with 2 outs. And James Denton singled in an error by the first baseman Kurth allowed Williams to come in and score. 3-0 Carson-Newman. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Eagles cruising so far in Harrogate here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Back for the bottom of the third, Noah Pridmore back out there for the Eagles as Carson-Newman leads 3-0. 2 runs there in the top of the third to give the Eagles a 3-run advantage. Led 1-0 after 2. But 2 runs, one coming on a Logan Floyd RBI double and the other on a James Denton single and an error by Kurth at first base. That allowed Williams to come in and score from third. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for LMU here in the third as Boyd stands to the plate. First pitch from Pridmore lifted out to left. Potts charging in. And Gibson coming over. He'll lay out, going back, and he will make the play for out number 1. A loopy fly ball into no man's land, and Aiden Gibson backpedaling, able to fall over and make the play for the first out of the inning. Potts came charging in full speed, and Aiden Gibson makes an athletic play behind the hole at shortstop. Back to the top, Colin Goda steps up. He has the only hit for Lincoln Memorial so far this evening as he'll watch the first pitch on the inner half of the plate for strike 1. Nice stuff for Noah Pridmore so far this evening. He struck out 1, walked 1, but only allowed 1 hit through 2 1/3 as he winds up and delivers a 0-1 pitch. This one chopped towards third. Floyd leaps, grabs it, makes the throw in time for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Noah Pridmore in the Eagle defense here in the third inning. Now Caston Harvey steps in with 2 down. He's 0 for 1. Righty-righty matchup here as the sun's starting to shine down on Lamar Hennon Field. Haven't seen the sun yet this evening, but is out for a moment as this pitch sliced towards second, and it gets through despite a diving attempt by Nathan. It gets into the gap. McLean retrieves it in center, but Harvey trots into second with a 2-out double. Nice attempt by Nathan laying out to try and make the play. Just couldn't quite extend the glove enough. And now Harvey in a scoring position with 2 down for the dangerous Carson Bowles.
Now batting for the Rail Splitters, number 8, Carson Bowles.
Bowles steps in, hitting .485. That average has likely ticked down just a couple numbers as he steps in with 2 down. Pridmore misses outside for ball 1. He leads the league in batting average by quite a bit as Harris of Wingate sits in second, hitting .418. And he's also second in the league in RBIs, has a chance for 1 right here as Pridmore sets, deals a 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, catches the outside corner for strike 1. Noah Pridmore looking for his 3rd consecutive scoreless frame. Carson Bowles looking to get Lincoln Memorial on the scoreboard here in the third. Carson-Newman leads 3-0 as Pridmore sets in the stretch. Fires a 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 down for Noah Pridmore in this Eagle defense. Harvey leading off second after the 2-out double as the sun continues to shine here through the clouds in Harrogate. Pridmore sets, takes a couple peeks back at second, deals a 1-2 that just misses, ball 2. Bowles in the box, Bowen on deck, Kowalski in the hole for the Rail Splitters here in the bottom of the third. But 2 away, and Pridmore looking to set down Bowles as he comes set and delivers a 2-2. Breaking ball lifted to deep center. McLean going back to the track to the wall, and it gets off the heel of the wall. It will score one. Harvey trots in safely at home. The throw back to second. Skips away, and Bulls will stay put at second. That's back-to-back doubles for LMU, and Lincoln Memorial gets on the scoreboard in the bottom of the third. It's 3-1. Lincoln Memorial came into this game with the second most doubles in the country with 104, make that 106, with 2 here in the third. And a little bit of momentum for the Rail Splitters off the Eagles starter, Noah Pridmore. Carson-Newman 3, Lincoln Memorial 1 in the bottom of the third. 2 away, but a chance for Lincoln Memorial to cut the deficit in half with Bulls on second. This one lifted out to center. McLean going back towards his left, towards the track. The wall, he'll make the play on the run for out number 3. A huge out on a deep fly ball by Cameron Bowen. And the Eagles get out of it, but do give up one. Back-to-back doubles for Lincoln Memorial by Caston Harvey and Carson Bulls. They trade places and get the Rail Splitters on the board. It's 3-1. We head to the top of the fourth inning. Eagles still on top, but LMU gaining some momentum here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Back for the top of the fourth, Carson-Newman leads Lincoln Memorial 3-1 here on the Eagle Sports Network. The Rail Splitters do get one on back-to-back doubles to end the inning. After a deep fly ball by Cameron Bowen, ends it. Dalton McLean with a nice play in center that limited the damage to just one. Now that'll bring Cole Nathan to the dish. No one on and no one out. Tight ball game so far, and that's been the way this series has been lately for these two teams as Nathan squares to bunt, pulls back, and it's low for ball one. One ball and no strikes, no one out to the freshman Nathan as he watches the next pitch on the outer edge for strike one. Nathan in the box, Bright on deck, Williams in the hole for Carson-Newman. As Pensick shakes off a couple signals, deals a 1-1. Low and away, ball two. 2 balls and 1 strike to the freshman second baseman. As Pensick delivers a 2-1, Nathan chops it left side and foul. Count moves 2 balls and 2 strikes with no one out here in the top of the fourth. Solid start offensively for the Eagles, and the Rail Splitters are starting to wake up just a little bit. With 1 run on 3 hits. Carson-Newman 3 runs on 4 hits. As Nathan stands back in and awaits a 2-2. The pitch is low, ball 3. Nice eye by Nathan to hold up on the low off-speed pitch. As the count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the windup and the payoff. This one fouled off the leg of Nathan. He skips out of the box gingerly. He looks to be all right, and we'll face another 3-2. Nice fight from the freshman in the box to work a full count and foul a couple pitches off of the talented Christian Pensick. This right-handed batter steps back in. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no one out. Here's a windup in the pitch from Pensick. Inside, ball 4. Cole Nathan works a walk and speedily trots down the first baseline. And he's aboard with no one out. I'll bring in Spencer Bright. 0 for 1 this evening. He's one of Christian Pensick's 5 strikeouts so far through 3 innings of work. As Pensick sets the belt, righty-righty matchup here with him and Bright. First pitch, Bright squares around a bunt, pulls back, but that sweeping breaking ball catches the outside corner of the plate for strike 1. Clouds starting to part here at Lamar Hennon Field, seeing some blue skies poking through. Still slightly breezy and chilly, but the sun may be warming up some fans. As now Pensick will check over to first on Nathan. He dives back in safely. 0-1 the count to the catcher, Bright. No one out. Here top 4 as the Eagles look to further extend their lead after Lincoln Memorial making a little push in the bottom of the 3rd. As here's a 0-1 pitch. Bright squares around a bump, pulls back, and it's low. Ball 1. Bright obviously trying to move Nathan into scoring position. Bright hitting in the 9-hole this evening. Williams on deck for his 3rd plate appearance. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Came around to score on an error. As Pensick sets and delivers a 1-1, Bright will foul off a bunt. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Bright likely to swing here in a 1-2 count. As right-handed Bright steps back in, Pensick will take a couple steps off the rubber and reset here for a 1-2. Pensick toes the rubber with his right foot, takes a brief look back at first, but comes set, and will deliver the 1-2. Bright will still square around a bunt. He won't pull back in time, and it's strike 3. Bright down on strikes. That's now 6 punch-outs for Christian Pensick, and there's 1 down. The lefty Spencer Williams steps back in, 1 for 2 this evening. Actually, he's 1 for 1. He walked in his first plate appearance and doubled in his second. Came into scoring an error by Kurth at first base in the third, excuse me. That's Nathan still on first after the leadoff walk. Pensick comes set and deals the first pitch of the at-bat. Williams takes high and away, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes, 1 away for the left-handed batting Williams, who almost got this one out of Lamar Hennon Field in his last at-bat. Hit off the top of the tallest wall here in Harrogate in dead center field, furthest part of the ballpark and highest part of the ballpark, as he'll take the next pitch on the outer edge for strike 1. Williams in the box, McLean on deck, Denton in the hole for Carson-Newman. Leading 3-1. Looking to push its winning streak against Lincoln Memorial to 6 games. As Pensick comes set, will deal the 1-1. That misses outside, ball 2. Nathan active over there at first base, but he's yet to advance to second. Bright tried to move him over on a couple bunt attempts, but couldn't put it in play. But Williams obviously not a bat you want to take out of his hands. He's been swinging it well. As the lefty stands back in, 2 balls and 1 strike the count. The righty Pensick sets and fires. This one fouled off. It was a hit and run as Nathan was taking off from first. He'll retreat back to second, and the count moves 2 balls and 2 strikes. Solid season for Spencer Williams, hitting .320 with 5 home runs. Almost had his 6th earlier this evening. 19 RBIs for him. As the righty Pensick sets, the left-handed Williams awaits the 2-2. The pitch. Right down the middle, called strike 3. Nice curveball out of the hand of Pensick, and he has back-to-back punch-outs. And there's 2 away. He's firmly moved into league leader in strikeouts. He has 6 tonight. And 61 now on the season. McLean steps in with 2 down. Nathan still aboard first of the leadoff walk. Nothing more to speak of from Carson-Newman here in the 4th. As Pensick sets and fires to McLean. This one fouled off. Again, another hit and run. That's fouled off. Nathan will retreat back to second, or to first. was taken off for second on the pitch. McLean fouled it off towards the Eagle dugout. Count now 0-1. Christian Pensick sets on the mound and deals to McLean. A breaking ball misses outside. Ball 1. Pensick's line, 3 2/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. 3 have come across, but one of them unearned on an error. 7 strikeouts. Said it was his 6th. That was his 7th. He's given up 2 doubles, but only 3 runs so far. He's kept LMU in striking distance. The 1-1 to McLean, grounded left side, just fouled down the third baseline. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. McLean in the box, Denton on deck, Travis in the hole for Carson-Newman. Looking to keep this inning alive. As Pensick's pitch count starts to get into territory where it might be close to the end of his evening as he misses high for ball 2. 69 pitches at the start of this inning. 73 pitches as he had 69 coming to this at-bat. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Pensick comes set. Nathan leads off first. Here's a 2-2. This one popped up right side and foul. McLean doing a good job to battle in the box and stay alive as the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pretty similar numbers offensively for these two teams. Carson-Newman 4 of 14 in the box. Lincoln Memorial 3 of 12. As Pensick sets and deals the next 2-2. McLean watches high and in, and it gets away from Mass. That will finally allow Nathan to advance to second and get into scoring position. Count moves 3 balls and 2 strikes as Nathan has taken off on a hit-and-run situation a couple times this inning. The Eagles just not able to put it in play, but that time a wild pitch allows the freshman Nathan to advance to second. Full count to Dalton McLean. With a runner on second. As Pensick sets and deals a payoff. Off-speed pitch, catches the bottom of the zone for strike 3. And McLean retired. That's now 8 punch-outs for Christian Pensick and 3 consecutive. After allowing a leadoff walk to Cole Nathan, he strands him on second. The Eagles still lead 3-1, but Christian Pensick with a productive inning on the mound to keep the Eagles off the scoreboard. Lincoln Memorial looks to cut further into the deficit on the other side with the bottom of the 4th here on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser-focused on your success.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Back for the bottom of the 4th, Carson-Newman on top of Lincoln Memorial. It's 3-1 here on the Eagles Sports Network. Ryan Wilkes with you this evening as the Eagles and the Rail Splitters out in the diamond despite some harsh conditions before this ball game, and has since cleared up. And these two teams able to duke it out on the diamond as Alex Kowalski will step in. No one on and no one out. Facing off with Noah Pridmore. First pitch from Pridmore runs inside and gets Kowalski, and that'll put him aboard. As that one just got away from Noah Pridmore. And LMU will bring the tying run to the plate. It'll be Ryan Kurth to step in. As Kowalski shakes it off a fastball. Looked like he might have gotten off his tailbone there. So he's going to take his time getting down the line. Bottom 4, Carson-Newman on top, but Lincoln Memorial showing some life. And a solid start, all things considered, from Christian Pensick. He struck out 8, had 3 in the top of the fourth. But the Eagles have done enough to get on top, and have gotten some help from Noah Pridmore on the rubber as he looks over to first. And Kowalski back in safely. Kurth in the box, runner on first, no one out. As Pridmore sets, delivers the first pitch of the at-bat. Kurth check swing. He did not go. It's ball one. Kurth in the box, Epperson on deck, masked in the hole for the Rail Splitters here in the fourth. Trailing 3-1, but an early base runner off a first pitch, hit by pitch. Kowalski took one off the backside from Noah Pridmore. Here's the 1-0. This one sliced down the right field line. Williams giving chase. He'll make the play on the run for out number one. Lost his cap in the process. And he makes an athletic play for the first out. A ball that was just tailing off the bat of Kurth. Williams using his speed and right to make the rangy play. And there's one down for Austin Epperson. That one could have been extra bases. Might have even scored Kowalski from first, but Williams makes the play. And now a check over to first. Kowalski back in time. One down for Noah Pridmore in his fourth inning of work. 3 1/3 so far. 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat to Epperson. It's grounded left side to Floyd at third. To second for one. To first by Nathan is not in time. But nonetheless, out number two as Nathan made a pretty tough throw going to his right. Nice scoop by Travis at first to avoid it getting by. But Epperson able to get in there in time. Nonetheless, 2 down. That brings Sam Mast up to the plate. Would have been a tough play for Nathan, even if it was in time. Or even if it was a normal throw as he was ranging to his right. First pitch to Mast is taken low, ball one. Mast in the box, Boyd on deck, Goda in the hole as we go 8-9-1. In the Lincoln Memorial order, Mast 0 for 1 in his one at bat. Now a check over to first on Epperson. He's back in safely. Noah Pridmore has not hesitated to check over to first on the LMU base runners. Not a bad idea. They've had some decent leads, and now Epperson's going to take off on the pitch. Bright's throw down is not in time as Nathan applied the tag just late on a laser throw by Spencer Bright. But Epperson able to get into scoring position, avoided the tag for Nathan. Looked like the throw was in time, but Epperson did a good job to avoid the tag as he's aboard second. One ball and 1 strike to count. Epperson now in a scoring position after the stolen base as Pridmore sets and deals a 1-1. It's taken low, ball 2. Pridmore looking to get out of the inning and pitch his third scoreless. The only run he's allowed came in the bottom of the third on a Carson Bowles RBI double. That scored Caston Harvey from second. Pridmore sets and will deal the 2-1 to Mast. High and away. Bright does a good job to keep it in front. Almost fake like he got back to the backstop, hoping that Epperson would advance. But no dice as Epperson kept his eye on the baseball there and saw that it did not get away from Spencer Bright behind the plate. The count moves 3 balls and 1 strike to Mast. Runner on second. Tying run at the plate here in the fourth. The right-handed Pridmore sets. And now a check back to second. Epperson back in time. It was probably closer than he would have liked. Nice pickoff move by Pridmore. The ball just skipped out of the glove of Nathan. Not sure that the tag would have been in time anyway. But Noah Pridmore has his eye on these Lincoln Memorial base runners here in this ball game. Pridmore sets, ready to deal the 3-1 to Mast. Brief look back by Pridmore. He'll deliver to the plate, and it catches the outer edge for strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Noah Pridmore against Sam Mast here with 2 away, and Austin Epperson in scoring position. Pridmore sets, ready to deal the payoff. He comes set. Couple looks back at second, but fires a 3-2. It's fouled off by Mast. Nice job to stay alive as the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Two away for Mast, and Epperson on second after he reached on the fielder's choice and moved over to second on a stolen base. Pridmore sets, ready to deal the next payoff. He'll come home with it. Check swing outside. Did he go? He did not, and that's ball 4. Close for Mass, but it seemed like he stayed just behind that check swing, and he'll go over to first. Now first and second as the tying runs aboard for the leadoff man, for the 9-hole hitter, Tyler Boyd. Leadoff man Colin Goda on deck, and the 9-hole Tyler Boyd will step in with a big opportunity. Runners on first and second, 2 away. Epperson on second. Mast on first after the hard work, 2-out walk. Pridmore sets at the belt. And deals the first pitch of the at-bat off speed as Boyd over top of it for strike 1. Noah Pridmore, 53 pitches on the evening through 3 2/3. It's been efficient and productive work for the Eagles starter as he sets and deals a 0-1 pitch. Boyd takes outside now. Bright backdoor check to first. Back in time is Mast as the count moves 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Runners on first and second for the Rail Splitters. Boyd awaits the 1-1 from Pridmore. The pitch, low and away, ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Noah Pridmore looking to work himself out of a jam and keep this game a 3-1 game in favor of Carson-Newman. Pridmore sets and deals a 2-1. This one looped out to shallow left, and it'll get down over the head of Aiden Gibson. Scoring from second is Epperson, and going first to third is Mast. It's a 2-out RBI single for Tyler Boyd, 3-2. Got just enough of that one over the head of Aiden Gibson, going into shallow left, and now the tying run is 90 feet away for Colin Goda. Tough break for the Eagles there. Soft contact off the bat of Boyd, but just enough to deposit it in no man's land out there in shallow left. Runners on the corners, 2 down. As Pridmore sets. Fires the first pitch of the at-bat to Goda. It's popped up high. Nathan is underneath it, and he'll make the play for out number 3. So Noah Pridmore gives up 1 on a shallow single, but he's able to strand the tying run on third base. Eagles still on top, 3-2, but back-to-back innings of 1-run baseball for Lincoln Memorial brings them within 1. It's 3-2. We'll be right back with the top of the 5th here on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Christian Pensick back out for the 5th inning. He's up to 75 pitches on the evening, and Carson-Newman leads this one 3-2. The Eagles score the first 3 of the ball game. Lincoln Memorial with the last 2. With 1 run in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. The Eagles still lead, but Lincoln Memorial showing signs of life in this one, and this series has been tightly contested in the past few years. Carson-Newman on a 5-game winning streak over the Rail Splitters. Before those games coming within 1 run. So Pensick ready to go on the rubber for his 5th inning of work, and the Eagles look to shift momentum just a little bit. It seems to be swinging in the way of the Rail Splitters at this current moment. But James Denton up to the plate, no one on, no one out. Here in the 5th.
For the Eagles, number 20, James Denton.
Denton in the box, Travis on deck, Floyd in the hole. Logan Floyd has had himself a game so far. We'll talk about him when he comes to the dish. But first, it's James Denton. First pitch from Pensick, taken high for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes to the left-handed Denton, playing the designated hitter role this evening. The 1-0 is lifted left side and foul. Solid senior season so far for James Denton, hitting a .320 with 8 home runs and 32 RBIs. The senior out of Mount Prospect, Illinois. Here's a 1-1. Off-speed pitch, runs high for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike, no one out for Christian Pensick in this Lincoln Memorial defense as he winds up and delivers a 2-1. This one looped out to shallow left and will get down for a base hit. James Denton aboard, and this one will get through the legs of the left fielder Epperson. Now Denton rounding second. He's going to head for third. The throw is cut off, and James Denton slides in safely to third. I believe that's going to be scored a single and an error by the left fielder Epperson that allowed Denton to advance all the way to third. And now the Eagles have an insurance run 90 feet away.
Next up for the Eagles, number 41, Harrison Travis.
So Harrison Travis will step in. Runner on third and no one out as James Denton able to single and then get to third on the error by the left fielder Epperson. First pitch to Harrison Travis, a breaking ball that catches the inside part of the plate for strike 1. A big chance for the Eagles to shift momentum a little bit as it's been going the way of the Rail Splitters here in the past couple innings. As Pensick winds up and delivers a 0-1 pitch, it catches the outside corner, strike 2. Travis in the box, Floyd on deck, Gibson in the hole for Carson-Newman here in the 5th. Pensick winds up and delivers. Travis swings and misses outside, strike 3. That's the 9th strikeout for Christian Pensick, and there's 1 down. Here's Logan Floyd. He's 2 for 2 with an RBI single and an RBI double. And his 3rd RBI chance of the night. He'll stand in and await the first pitch of the at-bat from Pensick. First pitch from Pensick is low, ball 1. Big at-bat here from Logan Floyd. He's already delivered tonight. Looking to do so again here with 1 away. Pensick winds up and delivers the 1-0. Floyd grounds this one left side, and it's through. An RBI single for Logan Floyd, and he has 3 RBI hits in 3 at-bats in this ball game. It's 4-2 Carson-Newman. He scores Denton from third on a single through the left side of the infield, and the Eagles get 1 back and extend the lead back to 2. That'll bring Aiden Gibson to the plate as Logan Floyd's day continues to improve. He's 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs. He leads off first. Pensick sets and deals the first pitch to the at-bat. It's high and away. Now Mass will check back on Floyd at first, who dives in safely. Runner on first and 1 down for the shortstop Gibson in his sophomore season with Carson-Newman. Righty-righty matchup here between Pensick and Gibson as he sets. Floyd leads off first with 1 away. The 1-0 pitch is high, ball 2. Pensick now up to 86 pitches on the evening. He's allowed 6 hits, but he has 9 strikeouts. Only 2 of the runs are earned as Denton's run credited to an error and left by Epperson. 2 balls and no strikes to Gibson. Floyd leads off first, the pitch. Floyd will take off. This one's fouled back, and the count moves 2 balls and 1 strike. We've seen the Eagles try and put a hit and run into play multiple times tonight, but it has yet to be executed. As Floyd taking off on the pitch, Gibson fouled that one back, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Pensick takes a brief look back at first. He comes set. 2-1 to Gibson. Outside, nice job by Gibson to hold up and move the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 the count, one down with Logan Floyd aboard first after an RBI single. Eagles lead 4-2 here in the top of the fifth. Pensick sets, deals a 3-1 to Gibson. Catches the outside corner. He's ready to ditch his bat and take his bag. He'll have to face a 3-2 as that one clipped the outside part of the plate for strike two. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Eagles 4 runs on 6 hits. Lincoln Memorial 2 runs on 4 hits. As Pensick sets and delivers the payoff. This one chopped left side towards short. Bowen scoops it up. Throw to second for 1. Throw to first is offline, and Gibson able to get in first safely, but a big second out on the fielder's choice. Bowen to Boyd at second base, and then the throw from Boyd. Not in time to get the speedy Gibson, and he replaces Floyd at first with 2 away for Ryan Potts. Big note in this ball game, the 2 errors from Lincoln Memorial have been costly ones. The first one scored Spencer Williams on a James Denton single. The error by Kurth at first, and then the error by Epperson left earlier in this inning allowed Denton to race all the way around to third, and he eventually came in to score. First pitch to Ryan Potts is low and away for ball 1, is now Christian Pensick quickly approaching 100 pitches. He's at 91. Here in the fifth, he's through 4 2/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 9 strikeouts. 2 of those walks came in the first, so he's really settled into this ball game as he sets and fires the 1-0 pitch. Potts grounds it left side, diving stab by Harvey. He scoops it up, throw to first, is just in time to get Potts, and that's the third out of the inning. But Carson-Newman does get one on Logan Floyd's third RBI hit of the evening. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Carson-Newman leads 4-2 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Back for the bottom of the fifth. The Eagles on top 4-2 thanks to Logan Floyd's third RBI hit of the evening. He's got 2 RBI singles and an RBI double to his line so far, and the Eagles turned the momentum just a little bit. It was all going towards Lincoln Memorial, who had cut the deficit to just 1, but the Eagles able to get a little bit of insurance there in the fifth. It's 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Noah Pridmore still out there for Carson-Newman. He's tossed his 57 pitches as opposed to Christian Pensick's 92. We'll see what Lincoln Memorial decides to do in the sixth. Before that, it'll be Caston Harvey to step up. In the bottom of the third, he doubled and then came around to score on Carson Bowles' double. Back-to-back 2 baggers for Lincoln Memorial as the first pitch from Pridmore clips the inside corner for strike 1. Pridmore winds up and deals a 0-1 to Harvey. It's low and in, ball 1. Harvey in the box, Bowles on deck. Those 2 traded places on that run in the third inning. And Bowen in the hole. Here's the 1-1 from Pridmore. Breaking ball catches the outer part of the plate for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes, no one out for the Eagles here in the bottom of the fifth. Pridmore winds up and delivers the 1-2. This one sliced right side. Nice play by Travis on an awkward hop, and he makes a play for the first out of the inning. Hard hit ball off the bat of Harvey, and Travis maybe robbed him of his second hit of the afternoon. A little bit more than a routine play for Harrison Travis. He takes care of it unassisted for out number 1. Here's Carson Bowles. He had an RBI double back in the third. He's 1 for 2 this evening. He's had himself quite the year for Lincoln Memorial as Pridmore winds up and delivers. Bowles laces this one down the left field line, but it's foul. Talked about him quite a bit, but he leads the league in multiple hitting categories. He's first in the league in average, came into tonight's game hitting .485. Also second in the league in RBIs as he grounds this one left side foul. 0-2 the count. Came in the game with 51 RBIs, now with 52 after his RBI double that scored Harvey in the third. It's a count 0-2. Pridmore to Bowles. Pitch. Breaking ball lifted dead center. McLean running back to the track. He'll make the play near the warning track for out number 2. Another hard hit ball by Carson Bowles, who's been a tough out all season. But Pridmore does his job to retire him for the second out.
Now batting for the Rail Splitters, the shortstop, Cam Bowen.
Cameron Bowen steps in with 2 down, nobody aboard for LMU here in the bottom of the 5th. As Pridmore winds up and delivers the first pitch of the at-bat. Clips the top of the zone for strike 1. So far, so good for Noah Pridmore, allowing 2 runs. He's tossed 65 pitches, allowed 4 hits. It's a 0-1 pitch. He's swung and a miss, strike 2. Only 1 strikeout for Noah Pridmore, but he's been able to pitch effectively to contact. 4 hits for Lincoln Memorial, but just 2 earned runs to show for it. That's the count, 0-2. Pridmore to Bowen, the offering. Chopped right side and just foul. Off the bat of Bowen, the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. If you looked at the pitching lines, you'd think Lincoln Memorial was in control of this ball game. With Pensick, 9 strikeouts, but he's allowed 6 hits. And 2 errors have allowed 2 more runs to come in. Only 2 earned runs on Pensick's line this evening as a 0-2 is Sky deep center field. McLean back to the track, to the wall. He'll leap and it'll go over the wall. It's a solo home run for Cameron Bowen as he exits and makes it a 4-3 ball game. LMU cuts the deficit in half just when it looked like there was nothing doing here in this inning. Cameron Bowen with a 2-out solo home run that kept on going back. It looked like McLean had a chance at it all the way through to the last moment, leaped and could not make the play at the wall. And it's a 1-run ball game. 9th homer of the year for Bowen as Kowalski will step in with 2 down, nobody aboard. First pitch from Pridmore catches the outer edge for strike 1. (4-3) your score. Eagles still on top as a 0-1 pitch misses outside for ball 1. Back and forth we go. Carson-Newman's been on top wire to wire so far. But Lincoln Memorial has cut the deficit to 1 now twice. As the Eagles and the Rail Splitters trade runs here in the 5th. This one swung and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pridmore to Kowalski. As here's a windup in the 1-2 offering. This one fouled off and gets Kowalski on the thigh. He'll walk it off. Kowalski's been a ball magnet this evening. Got hit on the backside a couple innings ago and now takes a foul ball off the leg. As the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kowalski taking his time outside the box. As Kurth on deck, Epperson in the hole for Lincoln Memorial. Kowalski will chat with his coaches and the trainer over near the LMU dugout while they do check in on league standings once again. Talked about the importance of this series. Near the top of the South Atlantic Conference standings, Carson-Newman just 1 game back of 3rd. Coker sits there right now at 14-7. All places within reach right now. Catawba leads the league at 17-4. It'll be hard to catch up there, but 2 through 5 or 6 is really up for grabs up to this point. It's a 1-2 to Kowalski, sliced towards right. Williams a couple steps to his left. He'll make the play on the run for out number 3. But Lincoln Memorial gets within one on a Cameron Bowen solo home run with 2 outs in the inning, just when it looked like Lincoln Memorial had no momentum going for it in the 5th. It gets a solo blast, the 9th of the year for Bowen, and the lead for Carson-Newman dwindles to 1. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning, and Pensick will be back on the rubber for the top of the 6th here on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Top 6 here at Lamar Hennon Field, mentioned just before the break. Christian Pensick back on the rubber here in a 4-3 ball game to face off with 8-9-1 in the Eagle order. Cole Nathan, Spencer Bright, and Spencer Williams due up. Something to watch. Pensick is up to 92 pitches here in this ball game. We'll trot back out there for the top of the 6th. Carson-Newman leads Lincoln Memorial 4-3 here on the Eagle Sports Network after the Rail Splitters get one back there in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch to Nathan is sliced right side and foul. The clouds have seemingly cleared up pretty quickly here in Harrogate. Now all blue skies overlooking Lamar Hennon Field. Hopefully an omen for good weather tomorrow after a chilly evening tonight. 0-1 pitch. Runs inside to Nathan. Ball 1. Cole Nathan struck out looking in his first at-bat. Worked to walk in his second. And he's up to the plate for the 3rd time this evening. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to him. The pitch from Pensick. Taken low. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. No one out. Nobody aboard for the freshman Cole Nathan. Pensick back in the windup. Gets a call from Mass behind the dish. And delivers a 2-1. Nathan fouls it off. Count moves 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Eagles and the Rail Splitters will take the field again tomorrow for a doubleheader. 9-inning game 1, 7-inning game 2. To round out the 3-game set between these two teams as Pensick delivers the 2-2. Nathan chops it up the middle towards Bowen at short. He'll make the play on the hop, but Nathan, using his speed, gets to first and legs out an infield single. A slow chopper to Bowen at short was going to be a tough play. And Nathan, never giving up, gets down the line and sneaks his foot to the bag just in time. That brings Spencer Bright to the plate. So with 3 pitches here, Pensick will reach the century mark in this ball game. He's at 97 pitches after the at-bat with Nathan. The right-handed Bright steps in. Pensick sets at the belt. Deals the first pitch to the at-bat. Bright squares around a bump, pulls back, and it's ball 1. Nathan got aboard via a walk last time up, and Bright tried to move him over on the bunt. Couldn't do so. Looks like he's trying to do that yet again here in the 9-hole. Pensick sets. The 1-0 pitch. Bright once again squares around a bunt. This time he lays it down right in front of the plate. Nice bunt by Bright. The throw to first by Mass is in time. For out number 1, Nathan advances to second. Mass is arguing maybe that one came off the bat twice of Bright on a ricochet. And they're going to have a discussion here. Mass pretty displeased after making the throw to first. Trying to say it was double tapped off the bat of Bright. Couldn't tell from up here, but Mass pretty adamant that it did hit Bright's bat twice. For now, Nathan is on second. For Spencer Williams, they're going to say Nathan is safe. Actually, now they're going to discuss. The 3 are going to have a conversation. Pretty hard to tell from here, but again, Mast very adamant. That ball was double contacted by Spencer Bright. The three umpires are still having a conversation. While they do, let's talk about Carson-Newman softball taking on Emory and Henry tomorrow. Should be a good series between the Eagles and the Wasps, as now Nathan will go back to first. And they'll say it's a foul ball off the bat of Spencer Bright, saying he hit it twice. So nobody out. Bright will step back in. And I believe the count will be 1 ball and 1 strike. So the ruling was that Bright touched the ball twice on the bunt. As now Nathan will retreat back to first. He takes his lead. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bright awaits a pitch from Pensick. Bright will square on a bunt again. It's pulled back and it's low. Ball 2. It's now 100 pitches for Christian Pensick through 5 innings of work. Top 6 here in Harrogate. Carson-Newman leads 4-3. 2 balls and 1 strike to count to the catcher, Spencer Bright. As Pensick delivers, Bright squares around the bunt again, pulls back, and it's low. Ball 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike to the 9-hole hitting Spencer Bright. Spencer Williams on deck, Dalton McLean in the hole. As we'll head back to the top of the Eagle order after Bright's at bat. Pensick sets at the belt and fires a 3-1. Bright squares around a bunt and pulls back. It's high. Ball 4. So Bright gets his bag. A better outcome. That would have came out of the bunt that Bright laid down that was double contacted. He reaches first on a walk, and now the pitching coach for Lincoln Memorial will come out and talk with Christian Pensick. Spencer Williams set to come in to the batter's box as Pensick covers his mouth with his glove and has a conversation with Lincoln Memorial's pitching coach. First and second for the Eagles, 102 pitches for Christian Pensick. 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, only 2 of them earned. Again, 2 errors, 2 costly ones by Lincoln Memorial. The Eagles scored a run on 1. And James Denton got to third on an error by the left fielder Epperson. Came in unearned on Logan Floyd's third RBI single. Third RBI hit of the day. 9 strikeouts, 4 walks for Christian Pensick as he continues to surge up the league standings at first in strikeouts right now. And he's tied for first in wins. He has 8 wins on the season. Not going to be in position for one this evening, as it looks like there will be a call to the bullpen for Lincoln Memorial here in the 6th. Conversation still being had on the mound, but a signal by the home plate umpire towards the bullpen. Still waiting for the decision, and that will do it for Christian Pensick. He exits after 5 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts for him, but Carson-Newman sits in the lead. It's 4-3. Here on the top of the 6th, nobody out. We'll see who the new arm is for Lincoln Memorial on the other side here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Top 6 here in Harrogate, Tennessee. Carson-Newman leads Lincoln Memorial 4-3, and the starter, Christian Pensick, exits after an infield single by Cole Nathan and a walk by Spencer Bright. That'll give way to David Bryan Ellison. He's the team's top reliever with a 1.80 ERA and 20 innings of work, 25 strikeouts to help this Lincoln Memorial pitching staff that averages the second most strikeouts per 9 innings in the league. So Ellison will warm up on the mound. He's getting close to concluding that warm-up, the right-handed reliever wearing the number 33 in pinstripes. As he'll face the top of this Eagle order, it'll be Spencer Williams to come to the plate. Second righty for Lincoln Memorial, and it'll be a left-handed bat in Williams. That will come to the plate. Runners on first and second. Nobody out for this Eagle offense, looking to push this lead back out. Lincoln Memorial's been able to keep it close. It was 3-0 Carson-Newman. LMU has scored 3 of the last 4 runs. Carson-Newman got 1 in the top of the 5th with a Logan Floyd RBI single. But a Cameron Bowen solo home run with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th brings it back to a 1-run game. Williams steps in. Ellison ready to go on the rubber. As Williams 1 for 2 with a walk, a double, and a strikeout. The right-handed Ellison looks home to Matz behind the dish, comes set. Delivers the first pitch of the at-bat. Williams chops it foul, right side. And the count 0-1. Lincoln Memorial going to Ellison maybe a little bit earlier in this game than it would have liked. As Pensick exits after 5 innings. Still a productive start for Christian Pensick on the mound. 9 strikeouts through 5 innings of work. As Ellison sets to the belt and delivers a 0-1 pitch. Williams takes low and in, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, no one out. Runners on first and second for Carson-Newman. As Bright leads off first after the walk. Nathan on second. He notched an infield single off of the starter Pensick to start the inning. Ellison sets, deals a 1-1. Williams takes, high and away, ball 2. Nice eye by Spencer Williams, a left-handed bat for Carson-Newman. Watching that one just high and outside of the zone. 2-1 the count to the right fielder Spencer Williams. As Ellison sets and deals. Swing and a miss up high, strike 2. Williams wanted that high fastball but couldn't get a piece of it. As the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Left-handed Williams hitting .320. That average has likely ticked up just a little bit here in game 1 of this 3-game set. As Ellison sets, takes a brief look back at second. It'll come home with the 2-2. Williams fouls it off, stays alive, and the count remains 2-2. Williams, the junior right fielder out of Seymour, Tennessee. He's had more hits, home runs, RBIs, and stolen bases in this season alone than his first 2 seasons combined. So it's been by far the best year in the blue and orange for Spencer Williams as he awaits the next 2-2 from Ellison. Pitch fouled off again. Williams stays alive. The count remains 2-2. A chance to knock in at least one with Nathan standing on second and Bright on first. Left-handed bat stands back in. Ellison sets at the belt. And will deal the next 2-2. Williams watches it just high, ball 3. Tough pitch to watch there. But nonetheless, it's called ball 3 up high. Nice eye by Williams to watch it just out of the zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no one out. Williams looking to get aboard here with no one out. Deep breath by Ellison. He sets and fires a payoff. Williams pops it up high and out of play. Good at bat from Spencer Williams here, seeing Ellison for the first time. As the count remains full. Williams has fouled off a couple pitches he didn't like, and he stays alive in the box. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count remains as Ellison dangles his right arm. Comes set, ball in his right hand. Deep breath and fires a 3-2. Catches the outside corner, strike 3. Williams had left his bat towards the Eagles' dugout, but he's called out on strike 3. And there's one down. Still a productive at-bat from Spencer Williams. Saw some pitches.
15, Dalton McLean.
As it'll bring Dalton McLean to the plate. Still first and second for the Eagles, one away. The right-handed Ellison looks home. Comes set. Pitch. Grounded left side and through off the glove of Harvey. Rounding third, coming home is Nathan. Going to third is Bright. He's tagged out. But scoring is Cole Nathan. That's an RBI double for Dalton McLean. Just a hard hit ball that got over the outstretched glove of Harvey. And Nathan scores from second. Bright tried to push for third from first. Couldn't get there in time. So the second out, but McLean scores one, and it's now 5-3 Carson-Newman. James Denton steps up to the plate with two away. McLean at second takes his lead. Nobody holding him there. First pitch from Ellison. Catches the inside corner. Strike one. The Eagles have done a very admirable job against two very good arms here this evening, with Pensa getting the start. Now Ellison in the game. Two of the better arms in the league. The Eagles have generated 5 runs on 8 hits. Despite striking out 10 times, the Eagles have been able to get the job done as Denton swings and misses down low for strike 2. Top 6, Eagles out in front 5-3. Second consecutive inning with a run. Got one in the 5th, now one here in the 6th. McLean on second, 0-2 the count. To Denton as he stands back in. Ellison takes a brief look back at second, but comes home with a 0-2 pitch, which is fouled off down the right field line. And the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Denton in the box, he's 2 for 2. Walked in his first at-bat, an RBI single in his second at-bat in the 3rd, and then a single in the 5th. He's came around to score in his last 2 appearances. Here's 0-2. This one grounded left side and through. McLean's going to round third. They're going to send him. The throw from Epperson is cut off. Well, not cut off. It gets through. McLean will score nonetheless. It's an RBI single for James Denton, his second RBI of the game, and the Eagles' lead is back out to 3. James Denton comes through with 2 outs in the inning, and the Eagles match their largest lead of the game with a 2 spot here in the 6th. Two-out hitting has been a highlight for the Eagles tonight. 3 RBI hits with 2 outs in the inning. As Travis stands in, Denton on first with 2 down. The pitch, skied right side and foul. Nothing in 1 the count to Travis with 2 down. Denton on first of the 2-out RBI single that scored Dalton McLean. 6-3 Carson-Newman. As Ellison sets at the belt and fires a 0-1 pitch to Travis. Misses high and in. Ball 1. Now 9 hits for Carson-Newman. 6 runs to show for it. 3 runs on 5 hits for Lincoln Memorial. It's a big inning here for the Eagles in terms of this game. Have gotten the job done as Travis laces this one to left. It'll get down in front of Epperson for another 2-out knock. That moves Denton to second. Travis aboard first with a 2-out single, and the Eagles keep the line moving for Logan Floyd. Floyd 3 for 3. Second Eagle in the lineup that has yet to get out. James Denton the other, who stands on second. Travis aboard first. Floyd 2 singles and a double. An RBI in each of his 3 hits. As he's got a chance to do so yet again here with 2 down. Ellison sets. Fires the first pitch of the at-bat, which misses high for ball 1. The freshman has had himself quite the game and is looking to improve on that mark right here with 2 down. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Ellison dangles his arm, comes set. Deals a 1-0 pitch. This one grounded up the middle, gets off the shin of Ellison, and it goes right to Boyd at second. He's able to tag the second base bag for out number 3. That's a tough break for Logan Floyd. That likely would have been his third RBI hit, or fourth RBI hit of the night. Nonetheless, a lucky bounce for Lincoln Memorial, but Carson-Newman gets 2 and pushes the lead back out to 3. It's 6-3 heading in the bottom of the 6th here on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Back with the bottom half of the 6th, Carson-Newman out in front 6-3 after 2 runs in the top half of the 6th. Getting some momentum back on its side after Lincoln Memorial had cut the deficit to just 1. Carson-Newman gets 2 off a couple 2-out RBIs as James Denton scores 1 on a single. And the Eagles able to get some momentum back. Logan Floyd, tough, unlucky end to that 6th inning as Pridmore will face off with Kurth, who skies this one to center. McLean will let it fall in front of him for a leadoff single. That one looked like it just died in center field as Kurth able to get aboard. Going back to that Floyd ground ball up the middle, it looked like it was going to get through, but it got off the leg of Ellison and went right to the second baseman, Boyd, who was able to take it to second for out number 3. And it likely would have been Logan Floyd's 4th RBI hit of the night. But a lucky ricochet for LMU ends the inning as that will bring Austin Epperson to the dish. Runner on first, no one out. Carson-Newman leads by 3. This one far from over, but Carson-Newman doing a nice job up to this point to stave off the rail splitters as Pridmore checks over to first. Kurth back in safely. The right-handed Pridmore sets in the stretch. First pitch to Epperson, taken low and away, ball 1. Pridmore in his 6th inning of work, he's up to 75 pitches, but he outlasts the Lincoln Memorial starter Pensick, who exited in that 6th inning. As he deals a 1-0 pitch, it's low and away, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, no one out, runner on first. Now a check over to first on Kurth. He's back in safely. Pridmore hasn't officially outlasted Pensick yet, as Pensick did not record an out there in the 5th, or there in the 6th, and Pridmore has yet to do so here in the 6th. So this one is fouled off the count now, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike, no one out for Noah Pridmore in this Eagle defense. As righty sets on the mound, the 2-1. This one lifted towards left, giving chases Potts down the line, and it will drop in foul ground. Nice hustle by Ryan Potts. Full sprint after that ball, tailing down the left field line, but he wasn't able to get to it in time. And the count moves 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes for Austin Epperson. The runner on first after the leadoff single by Ryan Kurth. Pridmore sets. Looks home to Bright, delivers it 2-2. Check swing, high and in. Did he go? No, he did not. That one was close as Epperson almost chased a high fastball, but he held back. And the count is now full. Now a check over to first on Kurth yet again, and he's back in ahead of the throw. All night long, Pridmore has kept a tight eye on the Lincoln Memorial base runners. He does so yet again right there. As the count remains 3-2, he sets. The pitch. This one chopped to the middle towards Nathan at second. He'll take the second base back for one to first. It's in time. It's a double play turned by Cole Nathan and Cole Nathan alone. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. What a play by the freshman. Took the chopper up the middle to the second base bag by himself. Throw to first was in time just by half a step to get Epperson. And there's 2 away. It's a 3-2 count. Looked like Pridmore was about to give first and second for Lincoln Memorial, but a chopper up the middle. Nathan able to turn 2. Here's Mast. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Sam Mast 0 for 1 on the evening. Looking to keep this inning alive for Lincoln Memorial. Here's a 0-1 pitch. This one grounded left side and past the diving glove of Logan Floyd. Mast will round first. He's going to head for 2 as Potts picks up the bounding ball against the wall, and the throw in bounces in to Cole Nathan at second, and Mast is in safely at second base. It's a 2-out double. So a 2-out runner in scoring position for Tyler Boyd. As Mast does a nice job to turn on that baseball and get it down the line. So now it's going to be Travis Tingle to come out and chat with Noah Pridmore with 2 away in the inning. Pridmore up to 82 pitches on the evening, 5 2/3, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. As Tingle is going to chat with him on the mound. The Eagles able to get through on 2 tough arms. Mentioned Christian Pensick got the start. He's been one of the top starters in the league. He's been credited 8 wins. Had 9 strikeouts tonight to add to his 55 coming into this game. He's up to 64 on the season. But the Eagles able to get just enough off of him. 2 earned runs. 4 runs came across, but 2 of them unearned on errors by Lincoln Memorial's defense. And in 1 inning of work, the Eagles have been able to get through on Ellison, who has a 1.80 ERA on the season. The Eagles have done a nice job. As the mound visit concluded, Pridmore ready to face Tyler Boyd here with 2 away. Mast in scoring position after the 2-out double. This one fouled back as the count 0-1. Talked about it quite a bit tonight, but this is a pivotal season, or pivotal series in the South Atlantic Conference season. The Eagles in 4th, Lincoln Memorial right below them in 5th. As a 0-1 is low and away. Bright able to keep it in front. They count 1 ball and 1 strike. Sun's starting to set here in Harrogate. The skies have cleared. It was rainy and cloudy before tonight's game. Stopped right before the game. And now the clouds have completely departed the skies in Harrogate. The second pitch is fouled back. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. 6-3 Carson-Newman. Lincoln Memorial with a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the 6th. Chance for the Eagles to get out of it and keep Lincoln Memorial off the scoreboard for the first time since the 2nd inning. But it hasn't been enough. Lincoln Memorial only 1 run in each of the past 3 innings. As Pridmore sets and ready to steal the 1-2 to Boyd. Brief look back at second, deals a 1-2. This one chopped towards third, but foul. Carson-Newman scoring 1 run in the first, 2 in the third. Nothing coming in the 4th, but 1 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. Puts them back on top by 3. Carson-Newman has never trailed in this game, but the lead has been cut to 1 twice. But the Eagles able to push back out in front. As the count remains 1-2. Pridmore sets and comes home. This one corkscrewed right side and foul. Over towards Harrison Travis at first. Boyd stays alive once more. The count remains 1-2. Nice job by Boyd in the 9-hole to have a productive at-bat. And work some pitches on Noah Pridmore, who's quickly approaching the century mark. He's had 82 to start this at-bat. Likely nearing 90 at this point. As he sets, ready to deal the next 1-2. Takes a brief look back at Mast at second and comes home. This one fouled off yet again. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Boyd 1 for 2 with a fly out to short and an RBI single in the fourth. And he's looking for another RBI here with Mass standing on second. Pridmore looking to end the inning. He comes set and deals the next one too. Low, ball 2. Boyd in the box, Goda on deck, Harvey in the hole. As we approach the end of the third trip through, Lincoln Memorial starting 9. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 away. Runner on second and Mass. The pitch from Pridmore is grounded left side again and foul. Boyd not going down easy in this 9 hole, trying to keep the inning alive for Lincoln Memorial. As Pridmore looks to conclude his 6th inning of work. Mass leads off second. Pridmore sets. The next 2-2. Grounded left side, a foul ball. Boyd battling, Pridmore trying to win the battle and bring the Eagle bats back to the plate. Count remains 2-2. Boyd yet to put a ball in play, but he's done a nice job to fight off some pitches from Noah Pridmore and get that pitch count up even more here in the 6th. The next 2-2. Fouled off again. Boyd battling in the box. Pridmore will slowly retreat back to the rubber and think about what he wants to throw Tyler Boyd here in a 2-2 count. The righty looks home to Bright, gets a call. Comes set. Mass takes his lead off second here with 2 away. Now a check back to second. Pridmore just keeping an eye on him over there as he loops the ball over to Cole Nathan at second base. He'll reset on the rubber as he sets, ready to deal the next 2-2. Will fire. Breaking ball just outside. Everybody in the Eagle infield and outfield was walking back toward the Carson-Newman dugout, but it's called ball 3. Not quite sure where that one missed, but it did just outside ball 3. Tough break for Noah Pridmore, who's looking to win a war with Tyler Boyd here in the box. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count with 2 down. Pridmore sets and deals. This one grounded left side towards Aiden Gibson at shortstop. The throw to first in time for out number 3. Noah Pridmore wins the battle. A tough call in the outer part of the plate. Did not go his way, but he strands a runner on second with a ground ball to Aiden Gibson at shortstop, and that will end the 6th inning. We head to the top of the 7th. Lincoln Memorial goes down scoreless for the first time since the 2nd inning. Carson-Newman leads 6-3. We'll head to the top of the 7th here on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at seeingeagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's seeingeagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Back for the top of the 7th. Ellison back on the rubber for Lincoln Memorial here in a 6-3 ball game. Eagles out in front after Noah Pridmore wins a 12-pitch battle with Tyler Boyd in the box. Gets him to ground out to short to end the inning. Not sure we'll see Noah Pridmore again in the 7th, as his pitch count was nearing the 100 mark. Ellison back on the rubber, the reliever for Lincoln Memorial. Gave up 3 hits in the 6th. 1 earned run. One of the other runs was credited to the starter, Pensick. It's Carson-Newman in the sixth, able to tally 2 runs on a Dalton McClain RBI single and a James Denton RBI single. Aiden Gibson will step in, no one on, no one out to start the 7th. Pitch to him, loop to shallow right, and that'll get down in no man's land for a leadoff knock. Now 1 apiece for both sides on those little bloop hits out to right and left as Aiden Gibson's aboard with a leadoff knock. 4th hit given up by Ellison. As Ryan Potts steps in, Aiden Gibson tallies his first hit of the evening. Righty-righty matchup here between Ellison and Potts. Eagles up to 11 hits now in game 1 here in Harrogate. Really nice job by this offense to get it done against some tough arms as Potts chops this one back up the middle right to Ellison on the mound. The throw to second gets off the glove of Bowen and into the outfield. That'll allow Gibson to race to third. Now Potts going for second because the throw gets away from Harvey at third. And a really wild sequence puts runners on second and third for Carson-Newman. Ellison grabbed the ball on the mound on a chopper by Potts. Looked like a tailor-made double play. But the throw to second got off the glove of Bowen, trickled into shallow right center. Potts able to get to first. And then the throw to try and get Gibson at third offline allowed Potts to advance to second. And now a mound visit with runners on second and third and no one out. Looked like an easy 2 outs for Lincoln Memorial, but it turned into an advantageous sequence for Carson-Newman. Really wild stuff there on a softly hit ball by Ryan Potts. Now Ellison having a chat on the mound with his pitching coach. Carson-Newman leads 6-3 and a chance, big chance for more. Here in the 7th, Cole Nathan will step up to the plate. He legged out an infield single in his last at-bat. As he is a chat with Tom Griffin outside the batter's box. Carson-Newman softball will be in action this weekend, taking on Emory and Henry tomorrow in a doubleheader. The Eagles and the Wasps facing off at the Vic. Carson-Newman looking to improve on what's been an impressive season so far for them. As the mound visit concluded. Ellison will stay in the ball game. Runners on second and third for Cole Nathan. Nathan steps into the batter's box. Again, he legged out a single there in the 6th and came around to score. First pitch for Ellison finds the outside corner for strike 1. Top 7, Carson-Newman with a 3-run advantage. It's largest of the game, tied largest of the game after leading 3-0 to start this one. Here's 0-1 to Nathan, fouled back, the count 0-2. Nathan in the box, Bright on deck, and Williams in the hole as we go 8-9-1 in the Eagle order, 4th trip through. Nathan 1 for 2 with a strikeout in his first at-bat as this one runs high, ball 1. A strikeout for Nathan, a walk in the 4th, and a single in the 6th for the freshman. As Ellison winds up and delivers a 1-2, it's a low, ball 2. Nathan has really shown a lot with his defense, turned an important double play there in the bottom of the 6th. Right when it looked like Lincoln Memorial was going to get something going and possibly bring the tying run to the plate. Nathan had something to say about it as the 2-2 is high, ball 3. First base unoccupied, second and third covered by Potts and Gibson. After a couple errors, Lincoln Memorial now up to 3 on the evening. The 3-2 is inside, ball 4. Nathan races down to first, bases loaded, nobody out for Spencer Bright. Chance to really break this one open. It's been back and forth. Lincoln Memorial never in front, but always keeping it within reach, as the deficit has been between 1 and 3 for the Rail Splitters this evening. Carson-Newman scored the first 3. Lincoln Memorial scored the next 2. And it's been back and forth since then as Bright grounds this one up the middle, gets off the chest of Bowen, and everyone will be safe. A run scores in Gibson from third. Bright to first, Nathan to second, Potts to third. I believe it's going to be an error on Bowen at shortstop. A hard hit ball to short, waiting to see the official ruling. It looked like, again, Lincoln Memorial had the chance to turn a double play, but could not do so as Bowen boots the ball at shortstop. Spencer Williams steps up to the box. No one out as this one's fouled back. I count 1 ball and no strikes. 7-3 Carson-Newman after Spencer Bright scores 1. Nothing on 1 the count to Bright, or to Williams, runs high and in, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike, bases loaded, still no one out. Bright aboard first, Nathan on second, Potts on third. 7-3 ball game as the Eagles score yet again. 1-1. Williams watches it on the inside corner. Strike 2. Williams didn't like that call as it looked like it ran a little bit inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no one out for the left-handed Williams. Here's a 1-2. This one lifted out to left center. That'll get down in the gap. Scoring easily is Potts. Rounding third. Coming home is Nathan. The ball still trickling against the wall. Bright will round third and come home all the way from first. And Williams will slide in safely with a bases clearing triple. And the Eagles have broken this one open. It's 10-3. Just a seed into left center. Got all the way to the wall. Bright comes in to score. Potts scores and Nathan scores. And the Eagles have put up a 4 spot here in the 7th. Still nobody out for the Eagle offense. And we're going to see a mound visit. That will likely end it for Ellison on the rubber. 1 inning pitch, 5 hits, 2 runs. 1 of them earned. Actually, 3 earned runs on 6 hits. 5 came across, but only 3 earned. 1 walk, 1 strikeout for one of the better relievers in the South Atlantic Conference. The Eagles have really done a nice job against these arms for Lincoln Memorial, and we're going to take a quick break while the new arm for LMU warms up. Carson-Newman with 4 runs already in the top of the 7th and looking for more. It's 10-3 Carson-Newman here on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
New arm on the mound for Lincoln Memorial. It's Aiden Carter. The junior out of Richmond, Kentucky, takes the ball. And he'll try and work out of this top of the 7th, but not before the Eagles have been able to get 4 runs. Most recently on a Spencer Williams bases clearing 3 RBI triple. Let's recap the scoring here before Carter finishes his warm-up on the mound. Spencer Bright with a single to shortstop, officially ruled a single, as it deflected off the chest of Bowen at short. Aiden Gibson scored, and then Spencer Williams most recently a 3 RBI triple that scored Spencer Bright, Cole Nathan, and Ryan Potts. 10-3 your score. Carter on the mound, McLean in the box, Williams standing on third with no one out. Again, Ryan Wilkes with you, taking you through all of this weekend's action. A big series between Carson-Newman and Lincoln Memorial, and the Eagles after a really solid start. 6 runs in between the 6th and the 7th inning, 2 in the 6th, now 4 in the 7th, as the Eagles have been able to break this one open. As Carter comes set, the righty sets at the belt and deals the first pitch to McLean, who watches it low for ball 1. Mentioned the quality of the arms Lincoln Memorial has tossed tonight. Pensick got the start. He leads the league in strikeouts with 64 and is tied for the league lead in wins. And Ellison came in with a 1.80 ERA. The Eagles have likely taken that up just a little bit as this one swung and missed down low. Strike one. The Eagles haven't batted an eye against his talented pitching staff. 10 runs already on 9 hits. Have gotten some help from the Lincoln Memorial defense. Actually, 13 hits for Carson-Newman as this one runs low, ball 2. 10 runs on 13 hits so far for Carson-Newman. Still no one out for McLean, a 2-1 count with Williams on third after his 3 RBI triple. The 2-1 to McLean is lined right side and gloved by Kurth at first for out number 1. A late swing by McLean, but he got a good piece of it, just right to Kurth at first. And there's one down for James Denton. James Denton walked in his first at-bat. 3 straight singles, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th. 2 RBI singles, and looking for his 3rd RBI of the ball game. The lefty awaits the first pitch of the at-bat from Carter. He'll watch it outside, ball 1. Noah Pridmore ended the 6th inning for Carson-Newman. He's through 6, a 3-run ball. Not sure if we'll see him in the 7th with that pitch count nearing 100 here in the first game of 3. The 1-0 pitch to Denton is high, ball 2. Williams still on third for the Eagles, just 1 away for the lefty Denton. Carter sets and fires a 2-0. Denton skies this one high to shallow left. Epperson giving chase, as well as Bowen in foul ground, and he'll make the play from shortstop. Williams will hold up at third. That's 2 straight outs for Aiden Carter, doing a nice job out of the pen to hold Williams at third base after the RBI triple. 2 away now for Harrison Travis. A line out and a pop out for Carter out of the bullpen. As Travis will stand in, 2 away. Righty-righty matchup here with 2 down in the top of the 7th. First pitch from Carter to Travis, a breaking ball, swung on a miss for strike 1. The Eagles already with 4 in the inning, but another one standing out there on third base. As Carter toes the rubber, looks home to Mass, comes set, and deals a 0-1 pitch. Travis lifts this one to left. Epperson with a read on it, deep in left field, and will make the play for out number 3. Spencer Williams left stranded after a bases clearing 3 RBI triple, but he's a big part of the Eagles' 4 runs in the top of the 7th. The Eagles push the lead to 10-3 over Lincoln Memorial. We'll be back with the bottom of the 7th here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The Eagles will hand the ball to Griff Hughes here in the bottom of the 7th inning, leading 10-3. This game was pretty tightly contested, as we've come to expect, between Carson-Newman and Lincoln Memorial. Again, the Eagles have won 5 in a row, but 4 of those 5 games have come within 1 run. The Eagles lead by 7 here in game 1 of a 3-game set, as Griff Hughes comes to the rubber. A senior out of Knoxville, Tennessee. He's had a really nice campaign, 15 appearances, 39-inning pitch, 4.85 ERA. He's recorded a 6-3 win-loss record. Noah Pridmore's night is concluded. We'll talk about his line here in a few moments, as it'll be Colin Goda to step up to the plate. 1, 2, 3 due up for Lincoln Memorial. here in the 7th. First pitch from Hughes. His check swing fouled back. Count 0-1. Noah Pridmore, 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. He was excellent tonight on 94 pitches through 63 for strikes, pitched to contact all night long at Lincoln Memorial. 4 extra base hits, but couldn't get those runs across as Hughes misses outside. The count now 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count to Goda, the leadoff man. Harvey on deck. Bowles in the hole. The off-speed pitch from Hughes swung on a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no one out, nobody aboard for Goda. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Eagles lead 10-3. The 1-2. Fouled into the glove of Bright. Strike 3. Nice job by Bright to keep an eye on that ball. Fouled off the bat of Goda. He was able to squeeze it, and there's 1 away. That brings in Caston Harvey. 1 for 3 on the evening. Had a double. Eventually scored on Carson Bowles' double right after him as the first pitch misses high. Ball 1. Eagles 13 hits. 10 runs to show for Lincoln Memorial. 3 runs on 7 hits as the lefty Hughes delivers to Harvey. Low. Ball 2. We'll be back here at Lamar Hennon Field tomorrow, 1 o'clock first pitch for the first of 2. Be sure to tune in here on the Eagle Sports Network. It's a 2-0 from Hughes. Catches the inside corner, strike 1. 2-1 the count to the third baseman, Harvey. As Hughes winds up and delivers a 2-1. Catches the outer edge for strike 2. Sun has set here in Harrogate, light shining down here on Lamar Hennon Field. With the Eagles out in front. The 2-2 pitch from Hughes to Harvey. Chopped at the middle, right back to Hughes on the mound. He'll scoop up, throw to first in time for out number 2. Nice reaction by Hughes on the mound off the bat of Harvey. Able to glove it and throw to first well in time for the second out of the inning. That'll bring in Carson Bowles with 2 down. He's been excellent this year for Lincoln Memorial, but even with 1 swing of the bat, would just make it a 6-run ball game. Obviously, Hughes looking to not give that up as the first pitch runs outside for ball 1. Bowles has been held quiet to his standards tonight. An RBI double in his second at-bat, but 2 flyouts, actually a fielder's choice and a flyout. He's 1 for 3 this evening. The 1-0 is inside and low, ball 2. One of the better bats in the league. Average-wise, he is the best bat coming into this series, hitting .485. And second in the league in RBIs. A 2-0 from Hughes. Breaks and catches the outer edge for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Griff Hughes looking for a scoreless frame out of the pen. Eagles out in front by 7. Here's a 2-1 from the lefty Hughes. Runs inside and low to Bowles for ball 3. 3-1 the count with 2 down. Nobody aboard for Bowles. As the lefty Hughes looks home and delivers. That just misses outside, ball 4. So Bowles will work himself aboard with a 2-out walk. And that'll bring Cameron Bowen to the plate. The shortstop stands in as Bowles works a walk. And the inning stays alive. Bowen homered in his last at-bat in the 5th, a solo blast, which at the time brought Lincoln Memorial within 1. How things have changed here in this ball game. It was a 4-3 ball game at the time. Carson-Newman with 2 in the 6th, 4 in the 7th. So really pushed this lead out as the lefty Hughes delivers to Bowen right down the middle, called strike 1. 0-1 the count. As the right-handed Bowen stands back in. Bowles on first after the 2-out walk. Left-handed Hughes sets and fires a 0-1. Big swing and a miss by Bowen. Strike 2. 0-2 the count. Hughes looking to negate that 2-out walk and get the Eagle bats back to the plate. Hughes comes set. Delivers a 0-2. Good block by Bright on a pitch down low, which holds Bowles at first. Count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Griff Hughes and the Eagle defense. With Bowles on first after a 2-out walk. The lefty Hughes sets at the belt. Here's a 1-2. This one sliced down the right field line, but foul. Count remains 1-2. This result stands tonight for Carson-Newman. It will continue to improve on what has been the best stretch of the season for the Eagles. Carson-Newman has won 8 of its last 10 games. And 3 straight, followed by a 4-in-a-row stretch in South Atlantic Conference play. It's been really a nice sequence of games for Carson-Newman as Hughes delivers a 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the frame for Griff Hughes. And despite a 2-out walk, he gets the Eagles out of the inning. Scoreless ball out of the bullpen for Griff Hughes as we head top 8. Eagles lead 10-3 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Ryan Wilkes back with you here on the Eagle Sports Network. 10-3. Carson-Newman out in front of Lincoln Memorial. It's been a surge in the middle to late innings that has put Carson-Newman out in front by this margin. The Eagles have led all the way through after scoring 1 in the top of the first, 2 in the third. Made it a 3-0 game, but Lincoln Memorial bounced back. It was as close as 3-2 and 4-3, but Carson-Newman with 6 runs between the last 2 innings to really extend this lead, and now it'll be Logan Floyd to step up against Aiden Carter. Floyd 3 for 4 on the evening, but a tough break in his last at-bat. A hard ground ball up the middle that got off the shin of Ellison, who was in at the time, as the first pitch to Floyd is high and away, ball 1. Likely would have been another RBI for Floyd, who has 3 on the evening, a single in his first at-bat, double in his second, and a single in his third before the ground out in the 6th inning as this one goes high and away, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to the freshman Floyd with Aiden Gibson on deck, Ryan Potts in the hole. 2-0. Misses outside, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. No one out here, top 8. As Carter winds up and delivers. That one catches the outer part of the plate. Take all the way by Floyd in a 3-0 count. That counts 3-1. Carter quickly winds up and delivers a 3-1 pitch to Floyd, who watches on the outside corner again. Strike 2. So Carter working his way back in this count. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. No one on and no one out for Logan Floyd. Here's a 3-2. Breaking ball, runs outside, ball 4. Nice job by the freshman at the plate to hold up on the outside pitch as he's aboard with a leadoff walk for Aiden Gibson. Gibson 1 for 3 this evening. As he takes a couple cuts outside the box. Singled in his last at-bat in the 7th and eventually came around to score in the 7th. Carter comes set in the stretch. Floyd takes his lead off first. The first pitch of the at-bat, Gibson squares the bunt, pushes one towards first. Carter covering. He'll tag the base in time, but a productive out number one off the bat of Aiden Gibson. A sacrifice bunt that pushes Logan Floyd to second. Really nice bunt by Gibson. He pushed it in between first base and the mound. Nice job by Carter to get over there as well and beat the speedy Gibson to the bag. One down with Floyd now in scoring position for Ryan Potts. 0 for 4 this evening, but he's had a couple hard hit balls. Reached in the 7th on an error and eventually came into score as this one check swung at, popped up. Kurth giving chase, but it'll be masked and foul ground who makes the play for out number 2. Potts retired, and now Cole Nathan will step up to the plate. Nathan 1 for 2. He struck out looking. He's worked a walk in the 4th and the 7th and worked in a single there in the 6th. And also came around to score in the 6th and the 7th. Some productive at-bats from Cole Nathan. He's also been a solid glove defensively for the Eagles this evening as Carter comes set and deals the first pitch of the at-bat, which is tailing outside the zone for ball 1. Floyd in scoring position. The Eagles just looking for insurance at this point, leading 10-3. Never go wrong with more runs as Nathan looks to cash in. Floyd from second. He grounds this up the middle. Backhand stab by the second baseman Boyd. He'll throw to first in time for out number 3. What a play at second base by Tyler Boyd. Likely saved a run as that one got in the outfield. Floyd was likely to score from second, but he keeps the Eagles off the scoreboard in the 8th. Eagles unable to add to the lead. Griff Hughes comes back out for the bottom of the 8th. The Eagles up 10-3 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials from pens to phone chargers are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Bottom 8 here in Harrogate. Carson-Newman leads Lincoln Memorial 10-3. As it'll be Alex Kowalski to lead it off against Griff Hughes, the lefty back out for his second inning of work out of the bullpen. As he looks home to Kowalski and ready to deal the first pitch of the at-bat. Kowalski takes high and away as it gets to the backstop off the glove of Bright. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Eagles need 6 outs to secure the win, and if they do, it'll be Christian Pensic's first loss of the year. Came in this game 8-0 on the season. As Hughes delivers a strike, count moves 1-1. It's a really solid pitching matchup this evening. It was a tightly contested game. The Eagles put up a slew of runs in the 6th and the 7th as Kowalski lifts this one deep to left down the line, but it's foul. Count sits at 1-2 after a deep foul ball off the bat of Kowalski. So he'll drop back to the box and face a 1-2 offering from Hughes. Tough break for Kowalski. He got a good piece of that one. 0 for 2 this evening is the Rail Splitter's designated hitter. He grounded out. Reached on a hit by pitch and then a fly out to right in the 5th. Up for his 4th at-bat. As the left-handed Hughes looks home to Spencer Bright, gets the call behind the dish. And he winds up and delivers a 1-2. Off-speed pitch, just misses high. Ball 2. Didn't miss by much there, did Hughes, but just a little high and in against the right-handed Kowalski. Here's a 2-2 from Hughes. It's swung on a miss. Strike 3. 3 strikeouts for Griff Hughes out of the pen. And there's one away here in the 8th.
Now batting for the Rail Splitters, number 17, Ryan Kurth.
I'll bring Kurth in the batter's box. 5 batters faced for Griff Hughes, 3 strikeouts. As he readies to deal to Kurth, who watches the first pitch on the outer half, first strike 1. Again, tune in tomorrow, 1 o'clock on the Eagles Sports Network. Carson-Newman and Lincoln Memorial kick off a doubleheader here from Lamar Hendon Field. As the Eagles look well on their way to taking game 1. Kurth loops this one out towards short. Gibson leaps and makes the play on the backhand for out number 2. Nice job by Aiden Gibson on a ball that could have fallen into no man's land. Gibson takes care of it for out number 2. Here's Austin Epperson with 2 down and nobody on here in the bottom of the 8th. Lefty-lefty matchup here with him and Griff Hughes. As the lefty winds up and delivers a first pitch, runs inside. Epperson able to dance out of the box for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count to the lefty Epperson. As Hughes delivers high, ball 2. Epperson in the box, Mass on deck. Boyd in the hole. Last time Tyler Boyd was at the plate, he worked a 12-pitch at-bat, which was the last hitter of the evening for Noah Pridmore. Pridmore won that battle on the mound as a 2-0 is outside, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes with 2 down, nobody aboard for the left fielder Epperson. Hughes shakes off a couple of signals from Bright and delivers the 3-0. Gets the inside corner of the breaking ball, strike 1. 3-1 the count with 2 down. As Hughes delivers, this one chopped out towards first and just foul off the glove of Harrison Travis. And the count moves 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on for Lincoln Memorial in the bottom of the 8th. Epperson grounded into a double play in his last at-bat. It was all Cole Nathan who took care of that. Took it to second unassisted and the throw to first. Well in time to get Epperson racing down the first baseline as Hughes prepares to deal as a 3-2. The pitch is on the inside corner, strike 3. 4 strikeouts for Griff Hughes. Ends the 8th. Carson-Newman leads 10-3. We'll head to the top of the 9th. It's all Eagles here in Harrogate on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
New arm in the ball game for Lincoln Memorial. It's Ford Halleck who enters the game for Aiden Carter. Nice couple innings of work for Carter as he exits the ball game. Halleck in for Lincoln Memorial to pitch the 9th. Halleck, a redshirt freshman out of Norcross, Georgia. He'll pitch the 9th inning with Carson-Newman leading 10-3. He's appeared 4 times this year, 4 innings pitched. A 6.75 ERA for the righty. While we have a second, let's recap the scoring in this ball game. Again, Carson-Newman got out to a 3-0 lead. Logan Floyd with an RBI single. James Denton with an RBI single. And then Logan Floyd in the top of the 3rd with an RBI double. Lincoln Memorial got within 1 with a Bowles RBI double. And then Boyd singled to left that scored 1 in the bottom of the 4th to make it 3-2. Carson-Newman then bounced back with another Logan Floyd single that scored one, and then Bowen homered to center to make it 4-3. Lincoln Memorial has not scored since. Carson-Newman has scored 6 unanswered. Dalton McLean started it off with an RBI single. And then James Denton ripped his second RBI single of the game. Spencer Bright scored one on a single to shortstop. And then Spencer Williams broke this one open with a bases-clearing 3 RBI triple to make it a 10-3 ball game. That's where we are here in this one. Carson-Newman on top 10-3 with Spencer Bright at the plate to face off with Ford Halleck. The righty delivers. Low ball 1. Nine, 1-2 we go in the Eagle order with Bright at the plate. As Bright chops this one foul. They count now 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, no one out for the 9-hole hitting Spencer Bright. As Bright laces a 1-1 fastball to left, that's a base hit. And Spencer Bright has his second hit of the night. Now Spencer Williams up to the plate. And his last at-bat was that bases clearing 3 RBI triple. Lefty steps to the dish. Facing the righty Halleck. As Bright leads off first, this one's low, gets through the legs of Mass. Bright taking off for second, the throw not in time as Spencer Bright nabs a bag on a pass ball. So 1 ball and no strikes to Williams. Bright on second, gets into scoring position off the pass ball. The 1-0 is laced out to center. Goda going back on the run to the track to the wall. It'll get down. Bright, a late jump off second. He's going to round third and stay right there. Spencer Williams laces a double with no one out to dead center field, and he's on second. Spencer Bright moves over to third with nobody out. So McLean steps up with runners on second and third and no one out. And a chance to continue to add to this lead. McLean awaits the first pitch of the at-bat from Halleck. The windup in the delivery. Catches the outside corner, called strike 1. Nothing in 1 the count to the right-handed hitting McLean. Williams leads off second, Bright off third. And nothing in 1 pitch is popped up right side and foul. No balls and 2 strikes the count to McLean, who's 1 for 5 this evening. An RBI single in his last at-bat, or in his at-bat in the 6th. Lined out in his at-bat in the 7th. Here's a 0-2 from Halleck. McLean pops it up off the handle of his bat and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. The count remains to the center fielder, McLean. Spencer Williams in scoring position after a double. Spencer Bright on third. 2 hits in the inning already for Carson-Newman, up to 15 on the night. The 0-2 to McLean. Runs outside, ball 1. Eagles lead 10-3, and a chance to continue adding here in the top of the 9th. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. As Halleck winds up and delivers. McLean laces this one to center field. It's down for a base hit. Bright's going to score. Williams rounds third. He's going to come in and score. A 2 RBI single for Dalton McLean. The Eagles lead 12-3. Third RBI of the night for McLean. As he scores 2, Williams and Bright both come in to score, and the Eagles' lead is now 9. Still no one out for James Denton. McLean aboard first. Alex sets and fires to Denton low. Ball 1 gets away. McLean's going to advance to second on the pass ball through the legs of Mast. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Eagles now lead by 9. 12-3 your score. The left-handed Denton stands back in. Halleck sets on the rubber. Here's a 1-0 pitch. This one looped out to center. Goda giving chase to the track. It'll get down on the warning track. Scoring is going to be McLean from second. Denton trots into second base. It's an RBI double, and the Eagles' lead is now 10. That one just kept carrying off the bat of Denton into the right or the left center gap. And he scores. Dalton McLean from second. Now it'll be Harrison Travis to step in. And a quick chat with Mast and Halleck on the rubber. The Eagles are going to pinch run Colby Abbott, I believe, for James Denton. So Abbott into the ball game for Denton on second. And Harrison Travis will stand in after Mast and Halleck are done having a conversation on the mound. Just a slew of offense here in the later innings for Carson-Newman. 2 in the 6th, 4 in the 7th, and now 3 in the 9th to really break this game open. Again, it looked back and forth early on, as now we're going to see a mound visit. Halleck and Mast still having a conversation now. The pitching coach for Lincoln Memorial is going to come out and chat with Ford Halleck. Let's recap the scoring so far here in the 9th. It was Dalton McLean to single to center that scored Spencer Williams and Spencer Bright, and then James Denton right after an RBI double that scored Dalton McLean to push this lead out to 10. It looks like we might be getting a call to the bullpen here in the 9th, and we will. Ford Halleck exits the ball game, unable to record an out here in the 9th. The Eagles lead 13-3 and continue to pile it on. Here in the 9th will be Colby Abbott on second after James Denton doubled. Pinch ran for, and we'll see a new R for Lincoln Memorial. Still nobody out here in the 9th, here on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Norman for Lincoln Memorial. As we're still here in the 9th, nobody out for this Carson-Newman offense that has surged here in the later innings to really put this ball game away. It's 13-3. Ryan Wilkes with you here on the Eagles Sports Network. The Rail Splitters will give the ball to the left-handed pitcher, number 55, Carter White, the freshman out of Shelby County, Kentucky. As he gets the ball here in the top of the 9th, looking to keep the Eagles from further extending this advantage. It sits at 10 runs. As White's numbers, he's thrown 28 in the third innings, 4.45 ERA on the season. He struck out 20 batters. And so he'll get ready to go and face off against Harrison Travis with Colby Abbott in scoring position for the Eagles here in the top of the 9th. Already 2 RBI hits for the Eagles in the 9th inning. 3 hits. Spencer Bright singled, advanced to second on a pass ball, scored on a Dalton McLean single, as well as Spencer Williams scored after he doubled. The lefty White comes set on the mound. Abbott leads off second. White delivers the first pitch of the at-bat to Travis. He drills this one deep to left. Looks like Epperson will have a read on it, though, near the track, and he makes the play. Travis just under that one. Pops it out deep to left field, and there's one away. Looked like that one had a chance off the bat, but it just was too high and allowed Epperson to make the play. In steps Logan Floyd with one away. LMU gets an elusive first out here in the 9th. But now it's a dangerous bat stepping up. Floyd 3 for 4 with 3 RBI hits. Grounded into a fielder's choice on a hard hit ground ball and then walked in the 8th. First pitch to him is laced right side, tailing foul. 0-1 the count to the freshman Floyd as Abbott stands on second with one away. 0-1 the count. Left-handed White comes set at the belt and fires. Breaking ball catches the outer part of the plate for strike 2. 0-2 the count. As Lincoln Memorial looks to retire a tough bat in Floyd. Abbott still on second, replacing James Denton after he doubled. Here's a 0-2 pitch. Floyd dribbles it left side and foul. One down for the LMU defense. Looking to give its bats a chance in the 9th. But the Rail Splitters will need at least 10 runs, as the Eagles have scored the last 9. It was 4-3 at one point. Now it is 13-3. As White sets, Abbott dances around off second. A 0-2 pitch is outside, ball 1. Again, tune in tomorrow. Doubleheader starting at 1 o'clock. We'll play 9 in the first game, and then a 7-inning game 2 between these two teams. As White sets in the stretch, deals a 1-2. Floyd fights it off the handle of his bat. Foul. One ball and 2 strikes to the left-handed or the right-handed Floyd. As White sets and fires the 1-2, it's high, ball 2. 17 hits on the night for Carson-Newman against 2 really talented arms early in the ball game. Pensick and Ellison both have had great seasons. Carson-Newman able to get to them, though, and force LMU deeper into its bullpen as Floyd shoots one out to left. It'll get down. Abbott rounding third. He'll pull up right there. But Logan Floyd has his 4th hit of the night. His first hit not resulting in an RBI. Nonetheless, he'll take it with a single to left, and now runners on the corners for Aiden Gibson.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 21.
Floyd now 4 for 5. He's had quite the game this evening. A lot of the Eagles having really solid games. James Denton was 4 for 5 as well. Spencer Williams 3 for 5. So the Eagles really getting the bats hot later in this game as Floyd leads off first. Abbott off third. The first pitch to Gibson is lifted to center. Go to underneath it. Abbott tagging from third. He will score easily and make it a 14-3 ball game with a sacrifice fly off the bat of Aiden Gibson. And there's 2 away. Eagles with another 4 spot here in the 9th. As Will Gibbs will pinch hit for Ryan Potts. So maybe a couple defensive changes in the bottom of the 9th. We'll get to those when we get there. But Gibbs now in the box pinch hitting. Floyd still on first after Abbott scored on the sacrifice fly off the bat of Gibson. As the lefty White sets and fires. High and away, ball 1. First at bat of the evening for Gibbs coming in here in the top of the 9th. As White sets. Deals a 1-0. Catches the inside corner for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to the pinch hitter Gibbs. Floyd leads off first with 2 down. Here's the 1-1. Gibbs takes high, ball 2. It's been quite a few arms tonight for Lincoln Memorial, and Carson-Newman tossing just 2 as Griff Hughes came in relief of Noah Pridmore and has delivered a couple nice innings of work out of the bullpen. It's a 2-1 breaking ball, catches his own for strike 2. LMU started the game with Christian Pensick, 5 innings from him, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, and 9 strikeouts. And then the Eagles just able to get to the bullpen from there. It's a 2-2 to Gibbs. Catches the outside corner, strike 3. But the Eagles put up 4 at the top of the ninth and look to close it out on the other side. Eagles lead 14-3. We'll be right back with the bottom of the ninth here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
It'll be Brock Culpepper to get the bottom of the ninth for the Eagles as Carson-Newman leads 14-3. Griff Hughes exits. We'll recap his line here in a moment. Looks like Trey Miller out at second base for the bottom of the ninth. A couple changes in the outfield as well. Spencer Williams still in right. Dalton McLean still in center, and Will Gibbs in left. Spencer Bright still behind the dish for the Eagles, so I believe the only changes are Miller to short, or Miller to second. Brock Culpepper on the mound, and Will Gibbs to left. Seem to be the only defensive changes here in the ninth. Updated defensive alignment, Travis at first, Miller at second, Gibson at short, Floyd at third, Bright behind the dish. Williams in right, McLean in center, and Gibbs in left. Culpepper looks to close it out. Eagles lead 14-3. As Sam Mass will step in, 8-9-1 we go in the LMU order. Pretty low-stress situation for Culpepper here. Righty-righty matchup here with him and Mass as check swing goes off the hand of Mass. Waiting to see if they're going to say he was hit by the pitch. He was, so it got his hand. Likely did not feel great, especially in this chilly weather here this evening in Harrogate. As Mass shakes it off, he'll take his base. So we'll regroup outside the batter's box and now take a brisk walk down the first baseline. Runner on first and no one out for LMU, and we will see a pinch hitter here in the ninth inning for LMU. So it looks like Tyler Boyd will not come to the plate here in the ninth. It'll be Joey LaMattina. So Joey LaMattina will get some cuts here in the ninth, the freshman out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Facing off with Brock Culpepper. Massed on first after he was hit by the pitch. Eagles still out in front comfortably, 14-3, but a runner aboard for LMU to start the ninth. First pitch from Culpepper down the middle, called strike one. Quite the evening it's been for this Eagle offense, and the pitching has been equally successful. We'll recap the pitching lines here after this next pitch from Brock Culpepper. He sets and deals to nothing in one pitch. Outside corner, called strike two. Only the third pitcher of the evening for Carson-Newman. Noah Pridmore went 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Griff Hughes came in for the next 2 innings. No hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. And now it's Brock Culpepper's turn to close out this game. Here's a 0-2 pitch to LaMattina. Outside corner, called strike 3. First strikeout for Culpepper and first out here at the bottom of the ninth. Beautiful pitch from Culpepper getting the outside corner. And now back to the top for Colin Goda.
Colin Yoda.
First pitch from Culpepper to Goda is chopped left side and foul. 0-1 the count. One down here in the bottom of the ninth. The Eagles lead 14-3. And it looked like a completely different game through the first half of this one. Then the second half, the Eagles' bats just exploded. We'll recap the scoring here in a moment. As Culpepper comes set and fires to Goda, this one popped up shallow right, giving chase is Williams on the run, but it'll be the second baseman, Miller, to come over in shallow right field and make the play for out number 2. So Lincoln Memorial down to his last out, and we'll quickly talk about how this all went down. Again, Carson-Newman scored the first 3 with a trio of RBI hits. Logan Floyd with the RBI single in the first. Eagles did not score. Both teams stayed scoreless till the third, where James Denton and Logan Floyd both ripped RBI hits before Lincoln Memorial in the bottom of the third got within 2, and then in the bottom of the fourth got within 1 with another RBI hit. As first pitch here to Harvey, fouled off left side. In the fifth, Logan Floyd ripped another RBI single to score 1 and make it 4-2 before Cameron Bowen homered in the bottom of the fifth to make it 4-3, but it's been all Eagles since then, scoring 10 unanswered to make it 14-3. 0-1 the count to Harvey. As Culpepper sets and fires. This one grounded left side towards short. Gibson scoops it up. Throw to first is in time for out number 3. Harvey pretty adamant that he was safe, but a great throw from Gibson to get the third and final out of this ninth inning. Carson-Newman, what a statement on the road, taking down Lincoln Memorial 14-3. A huge win in the first game of 3 between these two teams. Carson-Newman improves to 21-16, 14-8 in conference play, and Lincoln Memorial falls to 23-14, 14-11 in South Atlantic Conference play. What a win for Carson-Newman here in Harrogate. We'll play 2 tomorrow. Carson-Newman and Lincoln Memorial take the diamond here at Lamar Hennon Field tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock for a 9-inning game before the second game of the doubleheader, 7-inning game, starting around 4 o'clock. Signing off here from Harrogate, Carson-Newman wins 14-3.